Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the maiden voyage of our broadcast schedule for 2014-2015 basketball. We are here in Cody, Nebraska, as the Springs Hawks get ready to take on the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. We are set up a little bit ahead of time, so we'll bring you some bonus JV coverage here of the boys' JV. They'll only play 2 quarters. The girls also played 2 quarters earlier, but we are here in about 4 minutes away from the opening tip of JV action between Springs and Cody Kilgore. We'll carry that, not be a full broadcast with play-by-play, but we will try to keep you informed as far as score goes and whatnot as we get warmed up and ready for varsity action. That'll be varsity girls followed by the varsity boys. Glad to have you along with us. 3.5 minutes away from the opening tip, JV action between Springs and Cody Kilgore. Thanks very much for joining us for SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Springs basketball 2014-2015. All right, we'll try to get you caught up on action here. We were doing a quick interview with the girls' head coach, April Stangl. We'll play that interview for you in the pregame show before the girls' ball game. So we are in first quarter action, boys JV here. 5:07 left to go in the first quarter. We're only playing 2, and Cody Kilgore leads 2-0. So a 3-second call on Hay Springs turns the ball back over to Cody Kilgore. 4:55 left to go first quarter, and Cody Kilgore leads 2-0. Nice bucket that time, and Cody Kilgore now leads 4-0. Okay, apologize there. Iron and kinks out as we get ready, getting things lined out on this first broadcast of the season. Still 4-0, and it is 3:27 left to go in the first quarter as Cody Kilgore puts in another basket, makes it 6-0. And a putback good that time. See if we can get a reading on who that might be. Trying to get our rosters figured out here, but it's 8-0 as Cody Kilgore gets the putback. Missed the layup, but another putback. Offensive rebound. Cody Kilgore taken advantage on the offensive boards but can't convert. And that last basket was by number 40. That's Jared Schmidt for Cody Kilgore. 2:32 left to go first quarter. Cody Kilgore leads it 8-0. Timeout on the floor. Pull-up jumper makes it 10-0. Nice shot that time by Dawson Gord, 6-foot sophomore, with the good shot. 2:15 left to go first quarter. And Cody Kilgore on the move again. Nice outlet on the fast break. Too far under the basket. Three-pointer on the way this time. That one's off, no good. Rebounded by Gord. Pulls up from the elbow. That one off the front of the rim. And we got a foul. And that'll be a foul on Cody Kilgore. It'll be Haysprings basketball. 1:52 to go first quarter. Haysprings trails 10-0. Hawks yet to get on the scoreboard in this JV game. There's a nice drive to the hoop, but no good. And we'll have a blocking foul on the Hawks. Try to see who that is. That's Drew Letcher that draws the foul. 1:38 left to go first quarter. And a 10-0 lead for Cody Kilgore. Dawson Gord at the line. First one off the rim, no good. And the second one finds the mark, makes it 11-0. As we're under a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Just playing 2 quarters of JV. And then we'll be ready to get girls varsity action underway. There's a steal by Cody Kilgore and a foul. That's JT Adamson with the steal. Foul on Haysprings, and so Cody Kilgore will inbound the ball, go back to work with 1:15 left to go in the first quarter. Three-pointer on the way off the front of the rim, no good. Nice pass inside that time, and a foul on Cody Kilgore. So that'll put Caleb Marks at the line. First free throw off the front of the rim, no good. 1:03 left to go first quarter. Marks' second shot also off the front of the rim. And now Gord steps on the end line. Turnover to the Hawks. Hay Springs basketball with a minute left to go in the first quarter. Letcher to inbound it. Gets it into Marks. Back inside to Letcher. Up. That one won't go. And rebounded by Jordan Cody Kilgore. Good ball movement by the Cowboys that time, but off the hands of a Cowboy and out of bounds. It'll be Hay Springs basketball. They trail 11-0 here in the first quarter of JV action. Three-pointer on the way. Misses everything and out of bounds. Drives in, one-handed runner in the lane. Off, no good, but rebounded. Kicked out. Now they'll try and get it down low. That's a traveling call. No call made. It's JV basketball. It's all right. From the elbow, a runner in the lane. Off the glass and in by J.T. Adamson that time. 3, 2, 1 seconds left. Hay Springs not going to get the shot off. And the first quarter will end. Hay Springs on the short end of this one so far, 13-0. That is the end of the first quarter. We're only playing 2 quarters in JV action today. 2 6-minute quarters, so they go pretty fast. So we are not very far away from the start of girls varsity action. Glad to have you along with us as we broadcast from Cody, bringing you high school basketball action, the first outing of the season for us as we get things underway in this busy broadcast season ahead. We'll be broadcasting from here this afternoon, and then tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow at noon, I think, is the start time when Hay Springs will be at home, and they'll be hosting Arthur County. The Wolves of Arthur County come to Hay Springs. We'll be glad to bring you that action as well, so tune in tomorrow for more great basketball action. Glad to have you along with us for SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hay Springs basketball 2014. So Hay Springs will have the ball. Garrett Wires will inbound it for the Hawks to get this second quarter underway. Inside to Wires, his shot, no good, and we got a foul. We got a pushing foul on the Hawks. Yeah, it is on the Hawks. And they're going to get Austin Reed with the push. Three-pointer on the way. Banks it in. The bank is open for Tice Stoner. He's a 5'10 freshman, and he made that one count, and it makes it 16-0. Cody Kilgore, and there's another turnover on the Hawks. And disregard the scoreboard on your computer. It says the first quarter. We are in the second. Neglected to update that during the break between quarters as Hay Springs gets the rebound and brings it down the floor. Inside for Reed. Tries to go down low. Gonna put it up himself. That's off the back iron. And rebounded by the Cowboys. They push it up the floor in a hurry. Now they'll pull it back out. Traveling call there. Shuffled the feet before the three-point attempt. That's Brody Davis. And it'll be Hay Springs basketball with 4:44 left to go in the second quarter. West Tlustus, number 3, is the trigger man here for the Hay Springs JVs. It's Marks down in the corner, tries to go inside, slapped away. Scramble for it, tied up, and I think we're going to have a reach-in foul on Cody Kilgore. And in the scramble, we've got a dinged up Cody Kilgore Cowboy. That's Arvidus Henry. They're going to take him over and take a look at him. And we got a timeout on the floor. It's 4:24 left to go in the second quarter. It's Cody Kilgore 16 and Hay Springs 0 in bonus JV action today for you. Now your scoreboard should be up to date. 4:24 left to go second quarter. We're only playing 2. And Hay Springs down 16-0. Haven't found the scoreboard yet here in this boys JV action. As we were getting set up, the Hay Springs girls, I believe, won their JV game. They cleared the scoreboard in a hurry. I wasn't able to get the score, but I do believe Hay Springs came out on the winning end of that one. Austin Reed misses everything. Rebounded by Dawson Gord. He brings the ball up the floor in a hurry, takes it all the way to the hoop. That won't go. He comes back inbounds, but had one foot on the line as he gathered up that rebound, and it'll be Hay Springs basketball with 4:03 to go in the second quarter. Wes Telestis brings it up the floor for the Hawks. Picked his pocket. Coming the other way, Cody Kilgore. Layup, no good, won't go, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Hay Springs basketball. And that was Tice Stoner with the steal that time, but couldn't lay it in. And so Hay Springs gets it back. Tony Toof into the game now for the Hawks. Telestis puts it on the floor and draws the blocking foul. That's Dawson Gord called for the block. Should be a 1-on-1, as that is the 7th team foul for Cody Kilgore, and that'll put Wes Telestis at the line. He'll have a 1-on-1 opportunity. That one's off the back of the rim, no good, but an offensive rebound by Austin Reed. Puts it up and in, and Hay Springs on the board on the offensive putback by Austin Reed. It's 16-2. 3:22 left to go in the second quarter. Drive it all the way in, missed the rim. Blocked that time by, let's see, that's Garrett Wires with the block that time. Slapped away by Telestis and out of bounds. And they're going to say that was off of Telestis. It'll stay with the Cowboys. So just getting warmed up for basketball action. There's a three-pointer on the way from Gord. That won't go. And rebound by Wes Telestis. Telestis very active here already and doing a good job for the Hawks. They try to go down low for Wires. That one's picked off again. Coming the other way, all the way in. And the foul that time, that'll be Austin Reed. And that'll send, that's Dawson Gord. Send him to the line, and he'll be shooting 2 with 2:49 to go in the second quarter. 16-2, Cody Kilgore on top with a commanding lead. Gord's first free throw is good, makes it 17-2. As now Wires comes out, and into the game comes Caleb Marks. That one's off the back iron. Picked up by Gord. Now he'll pull it back out. Three-pointer on the way. That one's no good. Off the top of the backboard. Should have been a whistle, but not. And Cody Kilgore maintains possession. Gord drives into the lane, kicks it out. Shot on the way, and good. That is Tice Stoner with 2 more. 19-2 with 2:20 left to go in the second quarter. Springs not taking real good care of the basketball here. Austin Reed pull-up jumper, that's no good. Offensive rebound, and Cody Kilgore brings it back down the floor. That's Stoner. They go down inside. Good quick move, but shot no good. Offensive rebound. Jumper on the way. That one is good by Brody Davis. And it's now 21-2. Cowboys with 1:35 left to go. And that one will be another Hay Springs turnover. Sends it back to Cody Kilgore. 1:33 to go in the second quarter of this JV bonus action for you here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hay Springs basketball 2014. Glad to have you with us. Looking forward to an exciting season of basketball, both for these Hay Springs Hawks and the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. Looking forward to bringing you all total boys and girls games together. And we got two Cowboys fighting for the ball. We got a traveling call as they're both rolling around on the floor, competing for that rebound. The turnover goes to the Hawks. 1:15 left to go. And Hay Springs trails 21-2. But as I was saying, a full slate of action. Basketball and a couple of wrestling matches thrown in there for good measure. Close to 50 games that we're going to be covering between the two schools when you figure in the girls and boys action together. Glad to be able to bring that to you. And looking forward to it. That one is blocked that time. Nice block by Brody Davis. Under 40 seconds left to go. That's a steal and a collision between who that was, player. And Hay Springs in the 1-on-1 bonus. And so they'll shoot free throws. And that's Toof, I believe, Tony Toof, that'll be shooting free throws. Have a 1-on-1 opportunity with 29.7 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Hay Springs trails 21-2. Toof's first shot off the back iron, but off of Cody Kilgore and out of bounds. Hay Springs maintains possession. And now we've got another foul on Cody Kilgore. We're going to make this last 30 seconds last as long as we can. These young kids trying to get all they can out of it. Is JT Adamson with the push. And that'll send Austin Reed to the line, and he'll shoot a 1-on-1. 28.7 seconds left in this JV action. Reed's first free throw is good. Makes it 21-3. Reed with all 3 Hay Springs points this afternoon in JV action, and he's got one more coming. Second free throw also good. 21-4. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound by Austin Reed, and up the floor they come. Pass ahead to Wes Telussis, just a little bit too far beyond his reach. Hawks turn it over with 14.2 seconds left to go. Shot no good, tipped back outside. And that will be the end. And Hay Springs falls in JV boys action by a score of 21-4. So stay tuned. We'll be ready to bring you girls varsity action. We'll have some pregame and some warm-ups, and hopefully we can make everything work, and we'll be able to bring you a quick interview with Hay Springs Hawks girls head coach April Stangl as we get into our pregame show. So very good to have you with us here this afternoon as we get ready for girls varsity action here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hay Springs basketball 2014. Oh, we are here in Cody, Nebraska, as the Hay Springs Hawks get ready to take on the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls in basketball girls varsity action. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go before the opening tip of today's girls varsity action. Welcome to the pregame show. Let's take a quick look at our sponsors for this afternoon's action of Hay Springs basketball. Sponsors today are Pioneer Manor. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs, Nebraska. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That is the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. And Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank, proudly supporting the Hawks. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to go before the opening tip of today's game. Let's see if we can get our interview with head coach April Stengel to work. Let's see what she had to say about the upcoming season. We're here with Hay Springs girls head coach April Stengel ahead of today's matchup between Hay Springs and Cody Kilgore. Coach, what do you expect from your team this coming year?
I expect a lot of great things coming out of there. We're getting a lot of our seniors back who had a lot of playing time, so they should be able to take control of the ball really early and, just take the lead right away.
Very good. Thank you and good luck this season.
Thank you.
So some comments ahead of this young basketball season by first-year Hay Springs girls head coach April Stengel. So we look forward to good things from the Hawks this season. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left before the opening tip. We'll step aside and be back with starting lineups in just a minute. Thanks again. Glad to have you along with us on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hay Springs basketball 2014. So 3.5 minutes left before the opening tip of today's girls varsity action between Hay Springs and Cody Kilgore. Let's take a look at starters for today's game. First, for the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls, starters for them will be number 14, that's Caitlin Barnes. She is a 5'4" sophomore. Number 22, Sydney Adamson, is a 5'8" freshman. Number 24, Tiandra Barnes, a 5'7" junior. Number 34 is Jaylyn Ravenscroft. She is a 5'7" sophomore. And number 44, Courtney Galloway, a 5'7" freshman. So a very, very young group for the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls on the floor to start today's action. For the Hay Springs Hawks, starters for the Hawks today, number 12, Jen Sherbarth, a 5'7" senior. Number 14, Kate Roberts, a 5'11" senior. Number 30 is Sydney Jancic, a 5'7" senior. Number 32 is Whitney Hiding, a 5'6" senior. And number 44, Tana Badge, a 5'9" sophomore. So the Hawks with some experience on the floor, 4 seniors and a sophomore as they get ready to start this young basketball season. Just over 2 minutes left to go before the opening tip. We'll step aside and be back with the opening tip and basketball action after just a minute. Thanks again for joining us on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Hastings Basketball 2014. All right, we are ready to go after a quick dash to the concession stand for a bottle of water. We should be ready for basketball action. 20 seconds left on the clock. Should be ready for some lineups and introductions here in just a minute. But before we get to that, the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's game with the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls and the Springs Hawks. If you'd please rise as we sing the national anthem.
And one of the great privileges that we have as we go around the this end of the state broadcasting basketball games is we get to see some very talented young people with the national anthem, and a very good job done this evening by one of the Cody Kilgore cheerleaders. I doubt that the public address announcer is coming through very well on our microphone here, so we'll help you out. We are introducing the starters for the Hay Springs Hawks. Those starters again: number 12, Jen Sherbarth, she's a 5'7" senior. Number 14, Kate Roberts, a 5'11" senior. Number 30, Sydney Jancic, she is a 5'7" senior. Number 32, Whitney Hiding, a 5'6" senior. And number 44, Tana Badge, is a 5'9" sophomore. now we get ready for the Cody Kilgore starters. Those are number 14, Caitlin Barnes, a 5'4" sophomore. Number 22 is Sydney Adamson, a 5'8" freshman. Number 24 is Tiandra Barnes. She is a 5'7" junior. Number 34, Jaylyn Ravenscroft, is a 5'7" sophomore. And finally, number 44, the freshman, Courtney Galloway, at 5'7". So as we work to get everything arranged here with our broadcast setup, bear with us. So we are ready to get ourselves underway. 8 minutes on the clock. Varsity girls basketball action kicking off our broadcast season between Haysprings and Cody Kilgore. Glad to have you along with us. And our sponsors of today's action, Pioneer Manor of Haysprings and Security First Bank of Haysprings. Kate Roberts wins the tip. Jancic with it. Now they'll kick it back out to Hiding. She'll trigger the offense for the Hawks. Jancic and Hiding play and catch out top. Now they get it to Badge. She goes down low to Sherbarth. Inside for Kate Roberts. Up and no good. Rebounded by 24. That's Tiandra Barnes. She gets it ahead to Caitlin Barnes. And Cody Kilgore goes to work. Haysprings in a man-to-man defense. And they got Barnes hung up out at the circle. Now she gets it away. Drive underneath. Blocked partially by Haysprings. And Hiding brings it up the floor for the Hawks. 7:20 left to go, just underway in the first quarter. Jancic on the right wing. In the corner for Badge. Now they'll kick it out. Good ball movement here, but stolen away. That is Caitlin Barnes. She takes it down, layup, up and good. Barnes with the first score of the game. And Cody Kilgore, with just under 7 minutes to go, leads it 2-0. Sherbarth in the corner. Back up to Hiding. Kicks it out to Jancic. On the right wing, down in the corner for Badge. Tries to work it inside for Sherbarth. She kicks it out to Jancic. Pull-up jumper for Jancic. Off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Caitlin Barnes for Cody Kilgore. And the Cowgirls up the floor. 6:30 to go first quarter. Cowgirls lead 2-0. Work it inside. Could have been a traveling call there, but no call. That one's tipped and out of bounds. Should be Haysprings ball, and it is. Went off of Tiandra Barnes, out of bounds. 6:21 to go first quarter. Haysprings with the ball, and Whitney Hiding brings it up the floor. Working against a 2-3 zone by the Cowgirls now. Cowgirls switching it up. Up top for Hiding. Right wing for Jancic. She holds. They go inside to the elbow to Kate Roberts. She gets it down low for Badge. Shot won't go. Out of bounds off of Haysprings. Back the other way with 5:58 to go first quarter. And Haysprings trails 2-0. Now Haysprings going to put on some full court man-to-man pressure here. Try and press the issue a little bit. Take advantage of some of this youth on the floor for the Cowgirls, excuse me. Caitlin Barnes pulls up and drains that one from just inside the three-point line. It's a two-pointer, and Caitlin Barnes now has all four Cody Kilgore points. Right wing for Jancic. Hawks, not a lot of movement on the offensive end, and a steal that time, and then she's going to be pushed out of bounds by Sydney Jancic. Kind of a frustration foul that time after the steal. Cody Kilgore takes over with 5:27 to go, and they lead 4-0. Caitlin Barnes triggers the offense, gets it on the right wing. Now they go down low. Pull it back out. Now they'll swing it around. Drive into the paint. That shot missed everything, out of bounds. And I believe that was Jaylyn Ravenscroft on the shot. So Hiding brings it up the floor, still working against this 2-3 Cowgirl zone. Hawks not moving very much, and another steal. Everybody's standing still on this Hawks offensive end. 4:51 to go and a 4-point Cowgirl lead. This is Sydney Adamson. She gets it on the right wing. Now they'll work it down inside on the block. Kick out. Adamson, pull-up jumper off the top of the backboard, no good. And Jancic gonna let that go out of bounds, and it'll be Hay Springs Hawk basketball. 4:28 to go, first quarter, 4-0. Cowgirls with the lead. So they swing it off on the wing again. Hiding for three, banks it home. 3 points on the board, courtesy of Whitney Hiding. And now the Hawks back within one at 4-3. And that's what these Hawks are going to have to do to try and get those Cowgirls out of the zone. We got a tie up here, and the possession arrow in favor of the Cowgirls. Sydney Adamson to inbound the ball for the Cowgirls. And now the Hawks have got, who is that? That's Courtney Galloway, the freshman, got her hung up, and they get the traveling call. So the Hawks with a chance to take the lead here. 3:53 to go in the first quarter, and the Hawks trail by one, 4-3. Cowgirls still in the zone. Right wing for Jancic. And that's another tie-up as they tried to go down low for Badge, but the possession arrow is to the Hawks, and so they'll maintain possession with 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Hawks trail 4-3. They work it inside. Badge on the floor, battle for it, reach it in, and another tie-up, and this one will go back to the Cowgirls. 3:36 left to go in the first quarter. Falling down is a Cowgirl, but she gets it across court. Now back, works down inside. That's Jalen Ravenscroft, and Hay Springs comes away with it. 3:10 left to go first quarter. To Jancic on the right wing. Hawks like to start the offense this way. And now they'll swing it around. Back up top to Hiding. Thought about the three. She's going to put the ball on the floor, dribble, kicks it out to Jancic. On the wing for Hiding for three. And good. Whitney Hiding, 3 more on the board. Another three-pointer. Hay Springs with a 6-4 lead. All 6 points courtesy of three-pointers by Whitney Hiding. Pull-up jumper by Caitlin Barnes that time, off the mark, and rebounded by the Hawks. 2:30 to go. So Hiding is on fire from three-point land. Another pass inside, stolen away. Here come the Cowgirls down the floor. Broken up by the Hawks. Now they'll throw it ahead. Kate Roberts wasn't paying attention, but she catches up to the ball. Now she'll kick it out. Hiding at the top of the key for three. Up and drains another one. That's 3 in a row for Whitney Hiding. And the Hawks now by 5 at 9-4. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Whitney Hiding has found the range from three-point range today. Shot up and banking it home. That's Tiandra Barnes. And that makes it 9-6 with 1:44 left to go first quarter. Badge puts a shot up off the back and no good. Rebounded by Caitlin Barnes. She'll bring it up the floor for the Cowgirls. 1:20 left to go first quarter. Kick it across to Tiandra Barnes at the top of the circle. Just inside the three-point line. That shot off no good, and that's going to be out of bounds. Hay Springs basketball. Long rebound. Nobody could get to it. 1:09 left to go first quarter. Hawks lead it by 3, 9-6. And now we've got an official's timeout. As they sort some things out, we'll remind you that the sponsors of today's game, Pioneer Manor and Security First Bank of Hay Springs. And while we've got a minute, I'd like to remind you that the Hay Springs Santa Soup Cook-Off will be Friday, December 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. And that'll be followed by the annual Night the Lights and Music concert at 7:30. That in Hay Springs, Friday, December 12th. Also, the Gordon Chamber of Commerce Parade of Lights is tomorrow, December 6th. That's Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on Main Street in Gordon. Come early and enjoy the open houses at several businesses. And following the parade, the Kiwanis will hold a steak feed at the Gordon American Legion. That's tomorrow night, 6:30 Main Street in Gordon. Got it sorted out. 1:08 left to go. Hay Springs with the ball. Hiding brings it up the floor. Still in the 2-3 zone are the Cowgirls. Now they switch it up this time. They try to go quickly inside to Roberts, and another tie-up. And Hay Springs with the possession arrow. 59.1 seconds left to go. So the Hawks switch it up now and enter the offense to the left side of the floor as Emma Roberts now into the game for the Hawks. She gets it out to Jancic. To Badge, they work it down low to Kate Roberts. She puts it up strong, but that's off no good. Badge with the putback. Off the board, no good. Saved back in by Roberts. And the bank shot by Jen Sherbarth is good. Jen Sherbarth on the board with her first points of the game. Makes it 11-6. 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. That shot by Caitlin Barnes off no good. Saved back in somehow. Cody Kilgore. That one's up for three, no good. And rebound out of bounds off of Kate Roberts. And it'll stay with the Cowgirls with 25.7 seconds left in the first quarter. That one's tipped out of bounds by Hiding. So Cody Kilgore will inbound it from the sideline this time. They work it down to the block. Hay Springs nearly got the steal. Outside for three. Bank is not open. And rebounded by Emma Roberts. 16 seconds left to go. Hay Springs, time for one more shot here. Hiding, triggers it. Jen Sherbarth on the wing. Hiding, back to Sherbarth. Kate Roberts, 6 seconds. Inside for Badge, her shot up and good. Tana Badge puts two on the board for the Hay Springs Hawks. And that is the end of the first quarter. And Hay Springs with a 7-point lead, 13-6. So both teams learning on the fly here, and the first game of the season for both teams. And given that, a relatively error-free as far as fouls are concerned, first quarter, the only foul of the quarter was by Sydney Jancic of the Hawks, and so she has one, and that is it as far as fouls go. And as I'm thinking of it, need to make note of that on the score sheet. So at the end of the first quarter, leading scorer for the Hawks is Whitney Hiding. She drained three three-pointers to get Hay Springs out to the lead. 2 points for Jen Sherbarth and 2 for Tana Badge. For the Cowgirls, Caitlin Barnes with 4 points and Tiandra Barnes with 2, giving us a total of 13-6 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Would like to thank Emily Summers for running the camera for us today. We've got another nice partnership with these Hay Springs teams here where they run our camera for us, give us some great footage. In return, they record the video footage and use that for their purposes. And so Emily Summers doing the video camera work for us tonight, and we certainly appreciate that. Caitlin Barnes with the inbounds pass. Now they'll swing it around. That's Adamson. Try to go inside to Adamson. Tipped away, but Cody Kilgore gets it back. Blocked by Kate Roberts. Out of bounds. Not out of bounds. Cody Kilgore saves it. Wild shot and another offensive rebound. And now they've got a trap set up, and that's Leslie Schneider. And now we've got a tie-up and the possession arrow in favor of the Hawks. So they got Schneider trapped. So now Tiandra Barnes takes a seat, and into the game comes Sarah Barnes. She is a 5'11" senior. And now we've got got a technical foul here somehow. We got to see what's all going on here. As Whitney Hiding shooting free throws, she misses the first. Not sure what happened there. But Hiding shooting a pair of free throws here, and she makes the second one. Makes it 14-6, and now Hay Springs will have the basketball. They'll inbound the ball, and Hiding will set it up with 7:22 to go. So not sure what the story was there. No foul called on a player. We didn't get a foul call, but technical foul shots by the Hawks. Roberts at the elbow, kicks it out for Hiding for three, in and out, no good. Misses the first time tonight, and now we've got a foul on the floor. And that'll put Emma Roberts at the line. She'll be shooting a pair. So they're going to call that on Sarah Barnes. That's her first. So Emma Roberts' first shot up, in and out, no good. 7:03 to go, second quarter. Realize we don't have that updated on our scoreboard, but it is second quarter. And the Hawks lead it 14-6, 7:03 to go. Roberts with the second shot. That one bounces around and falls off. It's also no good. And up the floor come the Cowgirls. Man-to-man defense by the Hawks. Roberts on the defense. Jen Sherbarth wrestled that rebound away, but not before they got a held ball called. And Cody Kilgore will maintain possession with 6 in to tire shoot. Got it squared away. And Cody Kilgore ready to inside, kick back out, slapped away, and now we're going to get a blocking foul on number 34. That's Jalen Ravenscroft, and that'll be her first foul of the evening. 6:26 to go. Hawks by 8, 14-6. Hiding picks up her dribble. Now she'll get it to Jancic in the right corner. Hiding for three. Drains another one. She is on fire tonight. That's 12 points, all of them via the three-pointer, as it's now 17-6, and Whitney Hiding has become a weapon here in the first half for the Hawks. 6 minutes on the dot, left to go in the second quarter. Caitlin Barnes works right side, picks up her dribble, top of the key, shot, misses everything, and out of bounds, Hay Springs basketball. That's Jalen Ravenscroft on the shot. Hit the end line, and Hay Springs ball with 5:45 left to go, second quarter. Jancic on the right wing. Back to Hiding. Now they'll skip it across to Kate Roberts. Down low to Emma Roberts. Back out to Kate. Cross court pass, trying to go inside, and another held ball, and this will be Hay Springs ball, as that was Whitney Hiding doing battle with Caitlin Barnes on the floor. Tie up called, 17-6, 5:29 to go, second quarter. Hay Springs leads by 11 here. Sydney Jancic from the corner, off, no good. Rebounded by Caitlin Barnes. She'll bring the ball up the floor for the Cowgirls. Tries to go inside. They get it, and they're going to get a blocking foul on Kate Roberts as Sarah Barnes hits the deck. Very confusing. We've got three different Barnes girls here for Cody Kilgore. And they're going to say that wasn't on the shot, and so it's out of bounds, and that's Kate Roberts' first foul. Shot off, no good. Offensive rebound. That shot up, falls around, bounces off, and another offensive rebound. Caitlin Barnes up, offensive rebound again, Ball on the floor, scooped up by Whitney Hiding. She gets it out to Jen Sherbarth. Up the floor in a hurry. Sherbarth trying to get some space. Three-pointer on the way from Hiding. That one won't go. And an offensive or defensive rebound, left to go. 17. Kilgore. Second quarter. Left to go, second quarter, 17-6. Hawks with the lead. 2 fouls apiece for each team, so nowhere close to either team getting into the bonus. And so kind of a strange occurrence when this early in the season to have a foul-free game to this point, as we have had. Only 4 total fouls called in the first half. Haysprings leads it by 11. Behind a strong offensive performance of Whitney Hiding. She's got a dozen on the afternoon. Actually, she's got 13. And Jen Sherbarth on the line. Went up for that pass and came down on the sideline. Turnover by the Hawks. 4:19 to go. And now Dally O'Neill in the game for Cody Kilgore. And Leslie Schneider back in there as well for the Cowgirls. That one's out of bounds off Haysprings, stays with the Cowgirls with 4:09 left to go in the first half. O'Neill inbounds the ball, nearly stolen away by Hiding. Trying not to get the foul was Hiding there. The bank is open on the 2-pointer, and that's 2 for Jalen Ravenscroft. Cuts the lead to 9 at 17-8. We're under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Left side for Sherbarth, inside to Badge. Shot is short. Rebounded by Caitlin Barnes. Barnes has to throw that away wildly. Somehow she found Ravenscroft. Now they go inside to Sarah Barnes, and she's got the easy layup for 2 more. And it's a 4-point run for the Cowgirls. It's 17-10 with 3:30 left to go in the second quarter. Cowgirls still in that 2-3 zone. Hiding, thought about the 3. Jen Sherbarth, left wing, now back up top to Hiding. Back to Sherbarth, just inside the line. That one won't go. Roberts had position but couldn't pull it down. And pulled away by Sarah Barnes. Now up the floor by Caitlin Barnes. Goes inside to Sarah Barnes, runner. That layup is good. Sarah Barnes now getting it done inside for the Cowgirls. It's now to a 5-point lead. It's 17-12. We're under 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Kate Roberts, right wing. She lets that one fly. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Kate Roberts that time. Her first points of the night. 2:40 to go, and the Hawks lead it 19-12. And we got a carry called on Caitlin Barnes that time. Turnover on the Cowgirls as Ravenscroft goes out, and Sydney Adamson now in for Cody Kilgore. 7-point lead for the Hawks. 2:34 left to go in the second quarter. Jen Sherbarth to Badge, down to Roberts. A little hook shot there. Roberts gets her own rebound, but she's fouled as she goes back up, and Kate Roberts will be shooting a pair. 2:25 left to go in the second quarter. They're going to call that foul on Leslie Schneider. That is her first. 3 team fouls for Cody Kilgore. Kate Roberts' first shot up and off, no good. So Courtney Galloway in and Caitlin Barnes out. She'll get a little bit of a rest here with 2:25 left to go in the second quarter. Roberts' second free throw up off the back of the iron. No good. Roberts comes down with it. She tries to get it over to Jancic. She corrals it. Now they'll get it out to Hiding, and she'll set the offense. In the corner for Jancic. Her shot up short. Off the, there's it up. That one won't go. And rebounded by Dan of the girls. Pressure on. O'Neill not able to do anything with it. That one's Hiding, but they'll get it back. Or left to go in the first half. 19-12. It's a 7-point Haysprings lead. Hiding in the corner to Tana Badge. They go inside to Jen Sherbarth. Sherbarth back out to Jancic, and hiding out by the center court circle. Now they swing it down low, get it inside for Kate Roberts. Didn't square up, shot that one without squaring up, and she missed it. And now Kate Roberts going to get called for the foul. That is her second by my count. So O'Neill out, and Tiandra Barnes back into the game for the Cowgirls. That is Roberts' second foul. 1:19 left to go in the first half. Now Haysprings trying to get another stop. Baseline drive blocked by Kate Roberts. Good defense that time by Kate Roberts. 1:02 left to go in the first half. Jancic in the corner for Badge. She pulls up, lets that one fly, misses everything, but Sherbarth is there. She can't get it to go. And they'll get it out to Hiding with 50 seconds in the first half left to go. Hiding shot up and no good. Gathered up by Sarah Barnes that time. And Jancic is just fearless down there and likes to harass the Cowgirls after they get a defensive rebound, trying to make something happen. 32 seconds left to go. Poked away that time by Jancic, tipped out of bounds. So Jancic making life difficult for the Cowgirls here. 27.4 seconds left to go, and Tiandra Barnes will inbound it. She'll get it into O'Neill. O'Neill in the corner. Out to Sarah Barnes. And we've got a 3-second call on the Cowgirls with 19.2 seconds left to go. Haysprings chance to get one last shot at it here. Hiding brings the ball up the floor. 15 seconds. Sherbarth on the baseline for Badge. Her shot up and good. Tana Badge with two more. Gives her 4 on the night. 5 seconds left to go. O'Neill not going to be able to get this one away as Haysprings steals it. Tana Badge at the buzzer. Would have gone, but off the mark. And so at the end of the first half, it's Haysprings 21 and Cody Kilgore 12. We'll step aside, add up some scores here, and we'll be back in just a minute. 10 minutes on the clock for the halftime break. Very glad to have you along with us here for varsity girls action between Cody Kilgore and Haysprings. At the end of the first half, it's Haysprings 21 and Cody Kilgore 12 here on the Sheridan County Journal-Star sports coverage of Haysprings basketball 2014. So let's take a quick look at some unofficial first half stats. First for the Haysprings Hawks. Whitney Hiding leads the way. She's got 4 3-pointers and a free throw for a total of 13 points for Whitney Hiding. Tana Badge with 4. Kate Roberts has 2, and Jen Sherbarth with 2. And for fouls, Kate Roberts has a pair of fouls, and Sydney Jancic with 1. For the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls, let's take a look here. Sarah Barnes with 4, Caitlin Barnes with 4, Jalen Ravenscroft with 2, and Tiandra Barnes with 2. And 3 Cowgirls each with 1 foul apiece. That's Leslie Schneider, Jalen Ravenscroft, and Sarah Barnes. All three of those Cowgirls have 1 foul apiece. 7:31 left before the start of the second half. We'll step aside and be back with second half action in just a minute. Well, we are back at halftime from Cody, Nebraska, as the Hay Springs Hawks lead the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls at the half, 21-12. Say thanks to today's sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you these games, and we are really making a big effort this year to bring as many away games as we possibly can to you. And I think all but 1 or 2 of the Hay Springs contests that we have scheduled will be on the road. We'll be traveling to Harrisburg for the Banner County game and to McPherson County all the way down at Tryon to bring you those games. And we certainly would not be able to do that without the fine sponsors that we have. So make sure that you let these folks know that you appreciate it. And if you would like to sponsor one of these broadcasts, let us know. We certainly have room for more. Sponsors of today's action: Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That's the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. And the Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank, proudly supporting the Hawks. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to the opening of the third quarter. We'll step aside one last time and be ready for third quarter action as Hay Springs in the lead here at halftime, 21-12. So we're just about ready for second half action between Hay Springs and Cody Kilgore. And it is a 9-point lead for the Hawks at the half. 13 points on the board in the first half by Whitney Hiding. 4 for Tana Badge, 2 for Kate Roberts, and 2 for Jen Sherbarth. 4 3-pointers and a free throw for Whitney Hiding as she has exploded, turned into an offensive machine. I think she's 4 of 6 from three-point land. That's unofficial. That's according to my recollection, but I believe she's only missed 2 from beyond the arc, and that's all she shot besides free throws. And for the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls, 4 points for Caitlin Barnes, 4 for Sarah Barnes, 2 for Jalen Ravenscroft, and 2 for Tiandra Barnes for a total of 12. We're underway. Cody Kilgore with the ball to start the third quarter. Thrown away, but salvaged that time by Dally O'Neill. Kicks it back outside. Hawks working hard on defense here as they try to go inside for Sarah Barnes. Tipped around, and Jen Sherbarth comes away with the steal that time for the Hawks. 7:38 to go, third quarter just underway. Hay Springs with the ball. Hiding left side for Jancic. Back to Hiding. They work it inside into the paint. Down low for Sherbarth. Outside for Tana Badge. Shot misses everything and picked up. It to Tiana. Now Jalen brings it up the floor for 3. In and out. No for the Hawks. Side. Sherbarth finally to put it up. Nothing else to do with it, so she puts it in. 2 more for Jen Sherbarth. That's 4 on the night for her, and it's 23-12 with 6:10 left to go. That should have been a traveling call, and it was, as Ravenscroft left her feet, couldn't find anybody to pass it to, and she traveled with it. 6:09 to go. Substitution in, that'll be Caitlin Barnes. She's going to come in, and she'll replace Sydney Adamson for the Cowgirls. So Whitney Hiding sets it up for the Hawks. In the corner for Roberts. Her pass stolen away by Sarah Barnes. And now Ravenscroft will set it up for the Cowgirls. Hawks now in a 2-3 zone. Switching things up a little bit here. And we've got another tie-up, and this one will go to the Hawks. So Hay Springs into that 2-3 zone. They may be trying to protect Kate Roberts and keep her out of foul trouble with that zone. She's got 2 fouls, and they certainly want to keep her from getting into foul trouble, as not a terribly deep Hay Springs Hawks squad here. That shot by Hiding is up, and it's off the mark, but she's fouled in the act of shooting, and that'll put Hiding at the line. She'll be shooting 2. 5:30 to go, third quarter, 23-12. Hay Springs leads it by 11. First one bounces around and in. So Sarah Barnes comes out, and in will come Courtney Galloway, as that's the second foul on Sarah Barnes. One more free throw for Hiding. In and out, won't go. And Hiding trying to cause some defensive havoc. Bodies hitting the floor everywhere. Hiding with the steal, and somehow Ravenscroft got it back. O'Neal just traveled, but no call. Back to and saved by the Hawks. Action moving way too fast here. Haysprings with the steal. Kate Roberts on the right wing, back up to Hiding and around to Jancic. On the floor and kicks it out to Sherbarth. Back up for Hiding for three, in and out. That one's no good. Picked up by Caitlin Barnes and up the floor quickly for the Cowgirls. 4:50 left to go. 24-12, 12-point lead for the Hawks. Head fake by Ravenscroft to O'Neal down low. That one misses everything. Rebound by Kate Roberts for the Hawks. Jancic for Tana Badge. Inside for Sherbarth. She puts it up. That one misses everything and out of bounds off of, that was Whitney Hiding, trying to make that rebound. Lost her feet and out of bounds. 4:26 left to go third quarter, 24-12. And now Haysprings setting up some full court pressure here. Kate Roberts trying to avoid getting that foul. And we're going to have a blocking foul on Tana Badge as Ravenscroft will go to the line and she'll shoot a pair. So Tana Badge gets her first foul. And Jalen Ravenscroft at the line, shooting two. 4:17 left to go third quarter. First shot up and good for Ravenscroft. Makes it 24-13. She's got one more. That one's off no good. Battle for the rebound, and now they've got a trap and a held ball, and Haysprings will get it back as they got Courtney Galloway, the freshman, trapped down there in the corner. Nothing she could do with it, and a held ball. Excuse me, the possession arrow favors the Cowgirls, so they'll maintain possession with 4:13 to go in the third quarter. Quick shot that time on the inbounds. Offensive rebound that time, and another tie-up. Leslie Schneider, another freshman in the game, got the rebound, but she's tied up, and now the Hawks will take possession as Emma Roberts now into the game for Tana Badge. So to this point of the game, Hawks have only played 6 players as we approach 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Sherbarth back out to Hiding. Guarded closely by O'Neal. Jancic dribbles to her right. Steps back and finds Hiding. Goes inside to Roberts. Roberts doesn't square up and misses it up the full up from the free throw by Barnes. Rebounded by Emma Roberts. 3:30 to go. Looking ahead for Sydney Jancic. Can't pull the pass in, out of bounds. Turnover for the Hawks. So Ravenscroft back into the game for the Cowgirls. And we've got 6 players on the floor for the Cowgirls trying to figure out who needs to go off. It looks like Caitlin Barnes is now going to get the memo as she leaves. Dally O'Neal will bring it up the floor. 3:23 to go, 24-13. It's an 11-point Haysprings Hawk lead. Ravenscroft drives inside. Now she pulls it back out, gives up her dribble. That one's tipped away by Sydney Jancic, but can't do anything with it. Another held ball, and this one will go to the Cowgirls. 3:08 to go, 24-13. One team foul apiece as we work our way towards the later stages of the third quarter. Ravenscroft triggers it. They work it down to the baseline. Now they'll kick it out. Work it inside. That's Ravenscroft, and her shot is good for 2. So Jalen Ravenscroft has 3 here in the second half. All 3 of the Cowgirls' points. It's now 24-15. 9-point lead for the Hawks. Jen Sherbarth down in the corner. Out to Emma Roberts. Her shot won't go. And rebounded by Tiandra Barnes. Barnes now with facing some pressure. Sydney Jancic pokes it away, and it's going to go back to the Cowgirls. Sydney Jancic proven to be a tenacious defender here in this game, not afraid to get in there and make life difficult for these Cowgirls. 2:20 to go, 24-15. And every time that Courtney Galloway gets a hold of that, she very, very close to traveling, as that shot is up and good. It's a two-pointer for the freshman. Galloway cuts it to a 7-point lead. It's 24-17. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And we got a timeout on the floor called by Hay Springs. 1:53 left to go, third quarter, and Hay Springs leads it 24-17. Make sure you tune in tomorrow sometime shortly after 12 o'clock noon. We will be bringing you more Hay Springs Hawk basketball action, as the Hawks will be at home as they host the Arthur County Wolves tomorrow. JV action starts at noon. Should be looking at varsity action somewhere, I would guess, roughly around 1:30. If we're set up and everything's good to go, we will try to bring you some bonus JV action. So make sure you tune in tomorrow as Hay Springs hosts the Arthur County Wolves. JV action starts at noon, and we'll be on the air sometime not too far after that. So 1:53 left to go, third quarter. Hay Springs leads at 24-17. Coming out of the timeout, Hiding, gets it down in the corner for Sherbarth. Work it inside to Roberts. Back out to Sherbarth, and now they'll swing it around. Hiding, drives to the baseline. Puts that shot up. Contact. Treated rather rudely as she took a shot to the side of the head there. But Hiding will go to the line, and she'll be shooting 2 free throws. She's 1 for 2 so far from the free throw line here in the second half. And on the afternoon, she's 2 for 4. That one is up and good. One more coming for Hiding. That one finds the bottom of the net. Makes it 26-17. Ravenscroft up the floor quickly. That one's off of Dally O'Neill and out of bounds. Pass a little bit too high, couldn't handle it. And Hay Springs with another turnover. 1:38 to go. Hay Springs leads it by 9, 26-17. Hiding triggers it in to Jen Sherbarth, puts it on the floor, drives baseline, kicks it out for Emma Roberts. Had a cowgirl in her face, but Sydney Jancic comes down with the rebound, and now they'll reset. Sherbarth in the left corner this time, gets it inside to Roberts. Roberts turns around, puts it up, and in. 2 more for Kate Roberts. That's her first of the second half. Makes it 28-17, back to an 11-point Hay Springs Hawk lead as they put on the full court pressure here. O'Neill pull up, nearly a travel there. Didn't quite leave her feet. Ravenscroft for 3. That one misses the rim and pulled down by Roberts. Hiding brings it up the floor, under a minute left to play in the third quarter. That one tipped out of bounds off of Cody Kilgore. Hay Springs will keep it. 48.2 seconds left to go. 11-point Hay Springs lead at 26-17. Jancic will inbound it. Now Sarah Barnes will come back into the game for the Cowgirls, and out goes the freshman Courtney Galloway. Jancic gets it into Hiding. That's going to be out of bounds off of Hiding, and it'll be a turnover by the Hawks. Cody Kilgore ball with 47 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ravenscroft sets it up. Hay Springs still in that 2-3 zone. Been that way the entire third quarter. Now they got O'Neill tied up. Hay Springs basketball. 35.1 seconds left in the third quarter. And Hay Springs with the possession arrow. Jancic gets it into Hiding. She'll bring it up. And they'll set the offense in the corner for Jen Sherbarth. Hawks have done a much better job of creating some motion on offense. The first couple of minutes of the first quarter had some trouble getting moving. So rebounded by Sarah. So the substitution bringing in the taller Barnes pays off as she pulls down the rebound. Under 10 seconds to go. Ravenscroft goes inside for Barnes, tipped away. Barnes gets it back. Blocked by Emma Roberts. O'Neill tried to go up. Roberts blocked that shot. And the third quarter ends. Hayes Springs maintains an 11-point lead. It's 28-17. Thanks very much for joining us here for Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Hayes Springs Hawks basketball 2014. At the end of 3, it's Hayes Springs 28 and Cody Kilgore 17. So ready to get this fourth quarter underway. Possession arrow in favor of the Cowgirls. They'll have the ball to start the fourth quarter. 8 minutes on the clock. That's all we've got left in regulation in this one, and it's Hayes Springs by 11 at 28-17. So Jalen Ravenscroft gets things going. Now they'll swing it around. O'Neill just inside the arc, off the top of the backboard. They get it ahead to Hiding. She goes up, and no foul called there as Hiding hits the floor. May have twisted an ankle a little bit. Ravenscroft the other way, but she's going to be called for a travel. Hiding trying to work that out, not feeling 100% here as she's trying to get her legs back under her. No foul called there. Certainly could have been, but no foul. 7:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. 28-17 to Roberts. Down to Emma Roberts. She gives it back outside to Sherbarth. Up top to Hiding. Way downtown for three. Off the bank, off the board, won't go. And it's going to be Cody Kilgore basketball as it went off of Sydney Jancic. So Tiandra Barnes will inbound the ball. Ravenscroft brings it up for the Cowgirls. 7:15 to go, fourth quarter. Poked away by Jancic. Ravenscroft picks it up. Pulls up for three. That one off the front of the rim. That won't go. Rebounded by Ravenscroft. Gets her own rebound. They kick it out, or excuse me, that's not Ravenscroft. That was 32. And how come I don't have a 32 on my list here? Not sure who that is. 32 that's come into the game that got that rebound. So mystery player 32 in the game for Cody Kilgore. They go inside to Barnes, and we should have a foul on Barnes that time. Sarah Barnes is stolen away by the Hawks, but she reached in, and that is what we'll have, and that'll be Sarah Barnes' third foul. 6:50 to go now in the fourth quarter, 28-17. It is an 11-point lead for the Hawks. Sherbarth on the left wing, inside to Emma Roberts, up top to the elbow to Kate Roberts. That's tied up by Dally O'Neill, but the possession arrow stays with the Hawks. And they'll maintain possession with 6:39 left to go in the fourth quarter. 3 team fouls for Cody Kilgore, just 2 for the Hawks. Back out to Sherbarth. Her shot up and good. Jen Sherbarth with 2 more. That gives her 6 on the night. And it's now 30-17 as we're under 6.5 to go. And Ravenscroft is called for the clear out. Got the elbow up trying to create some space, and she's called for that. That is her second foul. 4 team fouls now for Cody Kilgore. 6:26 to go, fourth quarter. $32, I think that's Oh boy, Sarani Iselli, I believe. They had me cross her off of the list, said she wasn't going to play, and so I didn't have her listed on my score sheet. As Emma Roberts pulls up, puts it off the front of the rim, gets her own rebound and puts it back. 2 more for Emma Roberts. That was the career. And skips it across to O'Neal. Her shot up. That won't go. Rebounded by the Hawks, trying to decide with the pull-up jumper, knocks that one down for 2. Jalen Ravenscroft now with 7 points on the evening. 5:15 to go. It's 32-19. Jancic, right wing. Emma Roberts tries to go inside to Kate Roberts, and Sarah Barnes was there to take that one away. So Jalen Ravenscroft brings it up. Under 5 minutes to go now. O'Neal back to Ravenscroft. For 3, that one's well short of the mark and out of bounds. Springs basketball with 4:47 left to go. Sydney Adamson now comes into the game. She'll replace Ravenscroft. Haven't seen a lot of Adamson in the second half. Both teams trying to figure out in the early going of the season here what combinations work best. Trying to get it all ironed out. They go inside to Emma Roberts. Her shot off the glass and good. 2 more for Emma Roberts. Gives her 4 on the afternoon. 4:30 to go. It's 34-19. Slapped out of bounds by Hiding. It'll be Cowgirl basketball. Now Tana Bad's going to check back in for Springs. She's going to take the place of Sydney Jancic. Quick shot by O'Neal that time off the inbounds pass. Another tie-up, and this one will stay with the Cowgirls. So Dally O'Neal has a quick release. She's tried that a couple times, hasn't got either one of them to fall off of the inbounds pass. They'll throw it into her again. Adamson. They work inside to Galloway, and she traveled with it. Knew it as soon as she did it, too. Left her feet, nobody to pass it to. 4:14 left to go, 34-19. Hiding brings it up the floor. She'll set the offense. Sherbarth on the wing, back to Hiding. Skip pass taken away that time by Galloway. She brings it up the floor. Galloway nearly traveled with it, gets it to Adamson, and her shot won't go. Rebounded by O'Neal, turnaround jumper, and that one falls for Dally O'Neal, her first points of the afternoon. 34-21, we're under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Emma Roberts right wing, Kate Roberts down in the corner. And that one's stolen away by Galloway, but taken back by Jancic. Or excuse me, that's Hiding. Jen Sherbarth to Tana Badge. Skip pass across to Emma Roberts. Gathered it up. She's pushed. Shot won't go. Will they say she was shooting? They're going to say it was on the floor with the block. And that's Dally O'Neal's first one. As Sherbarth out, Jancic back in. Now Caitlin Barnes in and Dally O'Neal out for the Cowgirls. They'll get it in to Hiding on the line. That's a two-pointer for Whitney Hiding. Makes it 36-21. So a very, very young Cowgirl team, bound to improve an awful lot as the season goes along. Springs going to be glad that they got these on Cody Kilgore on the front end of their schedule, I'm betting. They got some talented young players out there. Just got to figure out how it all fits together. Under 3 minutes to go, 36-21. There's a shot by Tana Badge on the baseline, and that one falls for Tana Badge. Gives her 6 points on the evening. 2:43 to go, 38-21. It's a 17-point Springs Hawk lead. Galloway tied up again, though. They're going to say that Hiding reached in, got a little too aggressive there on the defense. Hiding called for the reach in, and that is her first. Third team foul for the Hawks. 5 team fouls for the Cowgirls. Adamson decides she'll take it out or inbound it for the Cowgirls. Caitlin Barnes sets it up. Adamson for 3. That one's short, rebounded by Kate Roberts. To Emma Roberts, up the right side. Now she's gonna slow it down. And Hiding will set it up. Jancic down to Kate, or excuse me, that's Emma Roberts. Inside for Kate Roberts. She's trying to keep it alive. Stolen, pulled away by Caitlin Barnes up the floor. 1-on-3 here. She'll pull it back out. 3-pointer on the way for Galloway. That one's off of Sarah Barnes and picked up by Sydney Jancic. Under 2 minutes to go, fourth quarter. 21-38. Hay Springs with a 17-point lead. Emma Roberts, pull-up jumper. She knocks that one down. And so Emma Roberts here in the fourth quarter with 6 points. She's starting to come alive offensively. 40-21 now. Hay Springs with a comfortable lead with 1:30 left to go in the game. Adamson tries to go inside, tipped away by Jancic and picked up by Whitney Hiding. And we've got a timeout on the floor called by Hay Springs. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 1:21 left to go in the game. And Hay Springs in command, 40-21. Thanks again to today's sponsors, Pioneer Manor and Security First Bank of Hay Springs. And make sure you check out the Hay Springs Santa Soup Cook-Off. That's Friday, December 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. And it'll be followed by the annual Night, the Lights, and Music concert at 7:30. That, of course, next Friday, December 12th, 5 to 7 p.m., the Santa Soup Cook-Off in Hay Springs. Great event. Have participated in that myself. And so a fun event there in Hay Springs. Make sure you check it out and get yourself in the Christmas spirit with the Santa Soup Cook-Off. So some fresh faces in the game now for the Hawks. We've got Katrina Ryan now in the game for the Hawks. Tana Badge from the baseline. That one won't go. Rebounded by Sarah Barnes. She'll get it to Caitlin Barnes. She brings it up the floor with 1:05 left to go in the game. Ravenscroft back to Caitlin Barnes. To Adamson. Drives baseline. Cut off. They work it inside to Sarah Barnes. Works against Kate Roberts. Shot is blocked. Roberts got a piece of that one, but Barnes puts it up and in. And so first points of the second half for Sarah Barnes makes it 40-23. 45 seconds left in the game. They try to work it inside. Katrina Ryan, and a quick whistle that time on the tie-up, but Hay Springs will maintain possession. Emma Roberts comes in. She'll take the place of older sister Kate Roberts. 40-23. Jancic into Sherbarth. Ryan gets it down low for Badge. Inside for Emma Roberts, partly blocked. Roberts gets it back and puts it in. 2 more for Emma Roberts. That's 8 of those, and all in the second half, and I think probably in the fourth quarter for Emma Roberts. Ravenscroft to Caitlin Barnes. Baseline shot won't go. Rebounded by Sarah Barnes. Shot up, no good, and off of Caitlin Barnes out of bounds. It'll be Hay Springs basketball with 15.8 seconds left to go in the game. Hay Springs leads at 42-23. Jancic, as we get under 10 seconds here, inside, back out. Sherbarth. And on the floor, stolen away and tied up. And with 1.4 seconds left, Caitlin Barnes gets the tie up, and it'll be Cody Kilgore, Cowgirl basketball. Time to inbound it and give it a heave. Barnes throws it to Ravenscroft at half court. Not going to get the shot off, and that's how the game will end. Hay Springs 42 and Cody Kilgore 23. Big first win of the season for these Hay Springs Hawks. Take advantage of the Cody Kilgore youth and inexperience this afternoon, and they win this one going away 42-23. Let's take just a minute to total these figures up, and we'll be back with some post-game totals right after this. All right, let's take a quick look at some unofficial statistics here. Don't hold me to these. We try to keep track as we go. For the Hay Springs Hawks, Whitney Hiding led the way with 18 points, 13 of those in the first half. She's the one that really got things rolling for the Hawks. They were having trouble getting much offense going until she was able to start knocking them down from outside. So 18 points on the night for Whitney Hiding. Emma Roberts finished with 8 points, all of those coming in the second half. And then Jen Sherbarth and Tana Badge each with 6, and Kate Roberts finished with 4 points. For the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls, they were led tonight by sophomore Jaylyn Ravenscroft. She put in 7. Sarah Barnes added 6. Caitlin Barnes with 4. And let's see, then 3 players with 2 points apiece. 2 points for Dally O'Neill, Tiandra Barnes, and Courtney Galloway. So the Hay Springs Hawks win the opener here this afternoon against the Cody Kilgore Cowgirls by a final score of 42-23. I'm glad to have you along with us for SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hay Springs Hawk basketball 2014. Boys varsity action is next. We haven't quite started the 20-minute pregame clock as we're busy sweeping the floor here. As soon as they get done with that, they'll restart that clock. So you got 20-plus minutes to run to the refrigerator and get yourself ready for some varsity boys action. So again, the Hay Springs girls defeat Cody Kilgore Cowgirls 42-23. We'll step aside and be back with some pregame activities for the boys varsity action. We are in the pregame before the boys varsity action between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. Just under 11 minutes to the opening tip of boys varsity action. Glad to have you with us on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Hay Springs Hawk basketball 2014. Today's broadcast brought to you by Pioneer Manor. They are a premier, let's just start that over again. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most, a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That's the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. And the Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank, proudly supporting the Hawks. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go before the opening tip between Hay Springs and Cody Kilgore. Glad to have you along with us. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that if you are not a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, you certainly should be. And it's extremely easy and very convenient, especially if you subscribe to the online edition. You can do that by going to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. And you can get your newspaper before everybody else. Usually that's Tuesday afternoon before everybody else gets it, before those things go in the mail. You can have your copy on your computer, mobile device, and very, very handy, very cost-effective, and, of course, the online version in glorious full color. And keep up to date on all of the sporting activities of the Hay Springs Hawks and all the news that is news in Sheridan County. That's SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. So check it out. If you're watching us now, you're at the spot. Check it out and see what they do for you. 20 seconds left to go before the opening tip today. We'll step aside and be back with some starting lineups in just a minute. You're watching Hay Springs Hawk basketball on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. So let's take a look at starters for today's game. First, for the Cody Kilgore Cowboys, their starters, number 10, Jordan Cady. He is a 5', 10" junior. Number 14, McKeon Jenkins, a 6'4" senior. Number 22, JT Adamson, is a 5'11" junior. Number 24, Dawson Gord, is a 6' sophomore. And number 30, Casey Lamley, is a 6'4" senior. For the Hay Springs Hawks starters today, number 5, Drew Letcher, a 6' sophomore. Number 13, Austin Reed, a 5'10" junior. Number 25, Eli Badge, a 6'3" senior. Number 32, Seth Novak, is a 6'5" senior. And number 34, Garrett Wires, a 6'3" sophomore. So the Hay Springs Hawks hoping to duplicate what the girls did in the opening game of today's action. The girls winners by a final score of 42-23 as they won that game going away, and the boys would like to repeat that performance if they could. They're going to have their hands full. Very good and very competitive Cody Kilgore squad from a year ago, and some returning starters on that squad as well. 6 minutes left to go before the opening tip. let's take a listen real quick. Earlier this afternoon, had the opportunity to interview Coach Jason Badge before the start of the season, and let's hear what he had to say. We're here with Haysprings head coach Jason Badge ahead of today's game with the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. Coach, tell me about what you expect from your team this season.
Well, we got some really good returners. We've had kind of a rough start. Lost two of my top 6 guys for this first week, so it's going to be a little bit rough. Our bench is a little shallow, but we have really good senior leadership. We had a rough year, but we ended on good notes, and the boys are really wanting to build on that. Very coachable, hard-working boys, and looking forward to a good season.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
You bet.
So those are comments from Haysprings head coach Jason Badge ahead of the season opener against the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. And yes, very much, I think probably understated that it was a rough season a year ago for the Hawks. Didn't get their first win of the season until about 3 games left in the regular season, and they ended up the season on a 2-game win streak as they won 2 in a row, and gave them a little bit of confidence as they looked forward to this season and hoping to get on the board with or in the win column a little bit sooner this year, and hopefully they can do that. So had some success towards the end of the season, looking to build on that as they get ready to start the 2014-2015 season. Just a little over 4 minutes left to go before the opening tip. Glad to have you along with us. We'll step aside one last time and be back for starting introductions and to get this game underway. Thanks for joining us on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Well, just a little more than 2 minutes left to go before the opening tip, and want to take time to say a big thank you to the Haysprings Hawks school system. We've got a really great partnership with them as they've got a student manager that runs our video camera for us, and in return we record that footage and let them use that for game planning purposes. And this evening we've got Emily Summers. He is our video technician running the camera for us this afternoon here in Cody, and so a big thanks to her and to the Haysprings Hawks. We certainly wish them well throughout this season, and glad to have such good partners to work with. So 1:40 left to go as we get ready for some starting lineups here, as the Hawks ready to get their season started against the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. Sponsors for today's action: Pioneer Manor of Haysprings and the Security First Bank, also of Haysprings. Again, we really are trying to bring as many road games as we can. I think we've got 7 or 8 road contests coming your way for these Hay Springs Hawks. And if it weren't for the sponsors, we couldn't bring those to you. Very glad to have the sponsors that we have. We certainly have room for more. If you'd like to be a part of that, let us know. Give us a call at the newspaper office, 308-282-0118, or shoot us an email. You can find that email address on our website at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. So we will be in action tomorrow afternoon as the Hay Springs Hawks will host the Arthur County Wolves. That is a home contest, and that JV action starts at noon. We'll be starting our broadcast shortly after that. And so make sure you tune in tomorrow afternoon for more varsity action and maybe even some bonus JV action as the Hawks will host the Arthur County Wolves tomorrow. And again, JV action starts at noon. And again, if you are enjoying these broadcasts from wherever you're at, whether that's across the street, across the state, or across the country, we're really glad to have you with us. And make sure you let those sponsors know that you appreciate it, even if you're not close enough to do business with them. If you're a grandparent, aunt, uncle, whatever it is, send those folks a note, give them a call, and let them know that you appreciate that. We've had several people do that through our fall sports broadcast, and it really is a feel-good thing for those sponsors, and it lets them know that you appreciate what they're doing. So starting lineups here, and we don't have a very loud public address system here, so we'll give those starters to you. Starters again for the Hay Springs Hawks. Number 5, Drew Letcher. He is a 6-foot sophomore. Number 13 is Austin Reed, a 5'10 junior. Number 25 is Eli Badge. He's a 6'3 senior. Number 32, Seth Novak, is a 6'5" senior. And number 34, Garrett Wires, the 6'3 sophomore, getting the start this afternoon for the Hay Springs Hawks. Getting ready to start their season off. And for the Cody Kilgore Cowboys, the starters for them, those starters, number 10 is a 5'10" junior. That's Jordan Cady. Number 14 is a 6'4 senior. That is McKeon Jenkins. Number 22 is a 5'11 junior, J.T. Adamson. Number 24 is a 6-foot sophomore, Dawson Gord. And number 30 is a 6'4 senior, Casey Lamley. So the lineups are set. We've got 8 minutes on the clock. We're just about ready to get things going from Cody. Glad to have you along with us. Boys varsity action between Hay Springs and Cody Kilgore. So ready for some fast-paced basketball action. Ready to get this one underway as Seth Novak will tip it up against Casey Lamley. Novak wins the tip. We are underway, and Drew Letcher sets it up for the Hawks. Reed on the left wing, knocked away and thrown out of bounds. They're going to say Cody Kilgore basketball on the nice steal that time by Dawson Gord. So Gord brings it up the court, goes on the right wing. Back up top as they swing it around. Now left wing for Gord. He drives, thought about taking the shot. Instead gets it to, that's Jenkins, and his floater goes. That's the first points of the afternoon. McKeon Jenkins puts the Cowboys on the board. It's 2-0. Eli Badge in the corner, gets it to Novak. Puts it on the floor, back out to Badge. Reed to Badge. Three-pointer on the way. That one's short, and the rebound pulled down by Jordan Cady. Just underway in the first quarter. 7 minutes left to go in the first. Adamson for three. That one's off the mark, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Novak. Letcher brings it up the floor and gets it ahead to Badge. Good move inside that time by Novak. Drives to the hoop and lays that one in. Good, strong move. Good head fake. And he ties it up at 2. 2-3 zone now for the Hawks. That one's stolen away by Reed, and we're gonna get a foul called on the reach in. As they tried to split the Hay Springs defenders, didn't work, and that's the first foul for Dawson Gord. Drew Letcher brings it up the right side, kicks it back to Badge. Austin Reed tries to get it down for Novak. They're not on the same page and throws it away. 6:20 to go, first quarter, tied at 2. JT Adamson inbounds the ball to Dawson Gordon. He'll bring it up the floor. Left corner for Jenkins. Up top for Adamson. Inside for Gord. In there, kind of out of his leagues. Not a lot of height in there as Gord trying to go up. Ball on the floor, scramble for it. Finally pulled out by Garrett Wires. Hay Springs controls it. Under 6 minutes to go, first quarter. Tied at 2. Badge works in the middle, loses the handle. Scramble for it on the floor. Badge trying to hang on, and we got a held ball. As Eli Badge fighting for his life to hang on to that ball. Gets the tie up, but the possession arrow in favor of Cody Kilgore, so they'll get the ball with 5:46 to go. We're tied at 2. 2-3 zone for the Hawks. Adamson up top for Jenkins, swings it around. Cady in the corner for Gord. Three-pointer on the way, and good. Dawson Gord drops that one in for 3, makes it a 5-2 game with 5:25 to go, first quarter. Austin Reed has his pocket picked by Gord. He loses the handle, and now we're going to get a foul on Austin Reed. Gord gathered it up and headed up the floor, and Austin Reed in the wrong place at the wrong time. He draws the foul. That is his first, and the first team foul on Hay Springs. As now Cady comes out, and in comes Dustin Gord to replace him for the Cowboys. And we've got an offensive foul against the Cowboys. See who they call that against. And that is on number 30. That's Casey Lamley with the offensive foul. 2 team fouls now for the Cowboys. Badge tries to get it to Drew Letcher. Unsuccessful. Now he gets it over there. Zone defense by the Cowboys. Badge drives in. Pull-up jumper off the mark. No good. Badge gets the rebound. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So Eli Badge working hard in the early going here. And they're going to call that foul. That's going to be the second on Dawson Gord. So 2 quick fouls here in the first quarter for Dawson Gord. Badge, the left-hander, puts it up, and good. He's got one more coming. And that one won't go. It remains 5-3. It's a 2-point Cody Kilgore lead. As Dustin Gord brings it up the floor for the Cowboys. Pulls up for 3-point land and knocks that one down. Made that look easy. Dustin Gord for 3. And we got a timeout on the floor. Coach Jason Badge wants to talk this one over with his Hay Springs Hawks. 4:38 to go, first quarter. And it is Cody Kilgore 8 and Hay Springs 3. Couple of big 3-pointers, one by Dawson Gord, one by Dustin Gord, have made the difference here for the Cowboys in the early going. Seth Novak with the Hay Springs Hawks only basket of the night. Eli Badge with 1 free throw here in the early going. Again, we are just getting started in the first quarter. 4:38 left to go in the first, and it's an 8-3 lead by Cody Kilgore. Out of the timeout, Hay Springs has the ball. And Drew Letcher will bring it up the floor, and now Adamson going to put some full court pressure on. And it's we got a full court press now by the Cowboys. Hay Springs gets it across. We're going to have a reach-in foul on Casey Lambley, and that'll be his second foul. So two Cowboys now with 2 fouls apiece in the first quarter, and they're going to need to be careful not to get somebody in foul trouble, as now Jared Schmidt comes in, and he'll replace Lamley. So the full court pressure, a double-edged sword sometimes, as Drew Letcher travels with it, as he tried to get squared up that time. But the full court pressure can get you some turnovers, but it also increases the chance of drawing some fouls on your players as well. 4 team fouls to 1 by the Cowboys. There's a three-pointer on the way from Dawson Gord, rebounded by Dustin Gord, and he's going to be fouled on the putback, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2. They're going to call that foul on Eli Badge. That'll be his first. 2 team fouls now for the Hawks, 4 for the Cowboys. First free throw is good. 1 more coming, makes it 9-3. 4:11 left to go, first quarter. And that one also is good, makes it 10-3. And Letcher picked up his dribble in a bad spot, but he's got bailed out as he gets it across to Austin Reed. Now back to Letcher, they'll set it up. Adamson trying to steal that ball away. They get it to Novak, to Reed. Dribbles down the right side. Now he'll kick it out top to Eli Badge. Letcher, left wing. Ball fake, drives into the middle, finds Novak, and they're going to say he traveled. Oh, what a great. No, they're not going to say traveled. What do we got? We got a foul on the floor as he went by. Didn't think he traveled. They're going to call that foul on J.T. Adamson. That's his first. Nice move that time by Letcher. Gets it on the right wing for Reed. In the corner for Wires. Looks inside for Badge. Knocked away by Schmidt. Ball stays with the Hawks. And Badge to inbound it. 3:38 to go. 10-3. Hawks trail by 7 in the first quarter. They go inside for Novak, and he puts that one in for a pair. Seth Novak with 4 on the night. Makes it 10-5. 3:26 to go, first quarter. Dustin Gord goes up, draws contact, puts it up, and rebounded by Cody Kilgore, and Gord will pull it back out. That's Dustin. Gets it across to Dawson. Drives into the lane. Goes up with the one hand. That one won't go. Schmidt with the rebound, and they're going to get Novak for the foul on the shot. And he'll shoot. It'll be a 2-shot foul. That's Novak's first. And Jared Schmidt at the line shooting a pair. First one off the mark, no good. 3:08 to go, 10-5. Cody Kilgore with the lead. Schmidt's second free throw finds the mark. Makes it 11-5. Ahead to Austin Reed. He finds Garrett Wires. Garrett finds a trailing Austin Reed. They're going to say he traveled with it. Nice look that time as Reed was headed to the basket. But the problem was Drew Letcher was right there and had some confusion. And it ends up being a traveling call as we're now under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dawson Gord right side for Adamson. Up top for Dustin Gord. Left side for Dawson Gord. They swing it around. Adamson in the corner. Tries to go inside. Nobody home, and it's Austin Reed all the way down. Lays it up and misses everything. Off the board, no good. Now Austin frustrated. Got to be careful he doesn't get a foul here, trailing the play. Knocks it away, but it's picked up by Jenkins. His shot won't go, and rebounded by Eli Badge. 2:30 left to go, 11-5. Hay Springs with the ball. They'll get it to Wires. Looks for some help. Puts it on the floor. Now he'll kick it out to Badge. Badge drives inside, kicks it out for Reed. Head fake, puts it on the floor, kicks it out for Badge. Badge guarded closely by Schmidt, and they're going to get Schmidt for the blocking foul. And that's going to be the first foul on Schmidt. That's 6 team fouls now. The next one will put the Hawks in the bonus. Reed out, and Tony Toof into the ball game for the first time this afternoon. 2:10 left to go. Letcher's shot won't go. Rebounded by Jenkins. And Dustin Gord brings it up the floor with 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. And the Hawks trailing by 6. That pass off the hands of Schmidt and out of bounds. Hay Springs will get it back. 1:59 left to go in the first quarter. Letcher has his pocket picked by J.T. Adamson. He misses the layup. Letcher gets the rebound and brings it the other way. Letcher pulls up. Awkward looking shot, but he knocks it down. That's 2 for Drew Letcher, his first of the night, makes it 11-7. 1:40 left to go, first quarter. Adamson for Cody on the left wing. Cody up for Dustin Gord, brings it around to the left. Good ball movement by the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. Pull-up jumper won't go, and pulled down by Novak. Letcher with 1:22 to go in the quarter. Gets it ahead to Eli Badge. To Letcher up top. Goes inside for Novak. Can't get it to fall, and it's rebounded by Dustin Gord. Novak would like to have that one back. Point blank range and just couldn't quite get it to fall. 1 minute left to go, first quarter, and it's a 5-point Cody Kilgore lead. Cady up top for Adamson, brings it to the right wing. Tries to go down low. They find Jenkins down there. He misses everything. And Schmidt lost track of where he was. He thought they had a fast break going the other way. Adamson for 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net for J.T. Adamson. His first points of the night makes it a 14-7 game with under 35 to go. That one's tipped, but salvaged by Toof. Gets a hold of it, and we got a held ball. Not sure anybody had a hold of that. Quick whistle that time. And it'll be Hay Springs basketball. 28.8 seconds left to go, first quarter. Toof out, and Austin Reed back in. Drew Letcher taking his time, sets it up. Badge on the left wing. Pull-up jumper for 3. That one misses everything, out of bounds. It'll be Cody Kilgore basketball with 17.4 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Adamson tips it back to Dustin Gord. They're going to try and get one last shot as we're at 12 seconds and counting here. Under 10 now. Right wing for Cady. Cady works against Austin Reed. Cady all the way under. Shot won't go. Rebounded by Novak. Kicks it out to Austin Reed, and he's not going to get a shot away. And the first quarter will come to an end, and the Cody Kilgore Cowboys lead it 14-7. 6 team fouls for the Cowboys and only 3 for the Hawks. First quarter scoring, let's take a look. Seth Novak with 4, Drew Letcher with 2, and Eli Badge with 1. Rounds out the scoring for the Hawks. For the Cowboys, let's take a look here. Dustin Gord with 5. Jarrett Schmidt with 1. Dawson Gord with 3. J.T. Adamson with 3. And McKeon Jenkins with 2. I'm glad to have you with us. Hay Springs basketball 2014. Hawks trail in this one as we get ready to start the second quarter. They're down by 7, 14-7. Looks a lot like a football score. A reminder, action today brought to you by Pioneer Manor of Hay Springs and Security First Bank of Hay Springs. Glad to have such good sponsors making it possible to bring this basketball action to you today. We are underway in the second quarter. Dustin Gord, right side for Adamson. Cady works right side, off his foot. Picked up by Austin Reed, and he'll gather it up. Didn't have numbers anyway. Letcher nearly traveled with it as he took off there. That was an errant pass scooped up by Adamson. 7:35 to go. Cowboys back on the attack. Cady stepped on Garrett Wire's foot, lost his balance for a minute, but he gets back into the play. Cady picks it up off the board, no good. Offensive rebound by Jenkins, put back, no good, and rebounded by Novak. But good work on the boards by Novak so far in this game. Reed back to Letcher for 3. That one off the back iron, no good. Tipped out, but controlled by Cady. 7 minutes to go, second quarter. Dustin Gord up the floor for the Cowboys splits the Hay Springs defenders, takes it all the way to the hoop, and lays it in. Dustin Gord with 7 points now, 6:43 to go in the second quarter. 2-3 zone again for, and a travel, 2-3 zone for the Cowboys, and Badge traveled with it. Head faked one way, shuffled a foot, and turns it over. 6:35 to go. It's a 16-7 lead for Cody Kilgore. Dustin Gord to Adamson on the left wing. Three-pointer won't go. Long rebound picked up by Drew Letcher. Ahead for Austin Reed. Austin inside for Novak. Almost traveled with it, but now he loses the handle. Scramble for it, and we got a timeout on the floor as Austin Reed was bearing down, trying to steal that ball away. Cody Kilgore calls the timeout. 6:14 left to go second quarter, and it's a 9-point lead for the Cowboys at 16-7. And the Gordon Chamber of Commerce Parade of Lights is tomorrow night. That's Saturday, December 6th at 6:30 p.m. on Main Street in Gordon. Come early and enjoy open houses at several businesses. Following the parade, the Kiwanis will hold a steak feed at the Gordon American Legion. So that's the Gordon Chamber of Commerce Parade of Lights tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Main Street in Gordon. So get some Christmas shopping deals downtown. Check out the open houses, several of the businesses down there, and check out the Parade of Lights. 6:10 left to go second quarter, 16-7. Cody Kilgore with the lead. Adamson on the right wing. Schmidt, free throw line, jumper, bank open and good. Jared Schmidt with his third points of the game. Under 6 to go in the second quarter now. They work it ahead, they break the pressure. Novak kicks it out to Badge. Reed round to Letcher, thought about the three-pointer, goes inside to Novak. Lots of contact, offensive rebound by Novak, gets that one to go. Good, tough work inside. That's 6 points for Novak, 18-9. Novak doing yeoman's work down there in the paint tonight and doing a great job of it. JT Adamson shuffled his feet, no call. And we got a new face in the game. That's Tice Stoner, number 42 in the game for the Cowboys. Offensive rebound, no good, and pulled down by Drew Letcher. He brings it up the floor, gets it to Novak, and he traveled with it. A little bit of pressure does an awful lot, and it got the Hawks just out of sync. Novak couldn't come to the stop he needed to there. Travels with it with 5:07 left to go, 18-9. It's a 9-point Cowboy lead. 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Stoner up top for Adamson. They work it down for Schmidt. Dustin Gord, three-pointer on the way. Off the back iron, no good. And no foul called. Contact as Austin Reed went up and got that ball. And so the referee's letting them play here as we are halfway through the second quarter. Down low for Garrett Wires. Turn around, jumper up. That's no good. Novak doing battle. Austin Reed saves it out of bounds off of Schmidt, and he took that one right in the breadbasket as Reed threw it off of him and out of bounds. And it'll be Hay Springs basketball on the good play by Austin Reed. So now West Lustis comes into the game for Reed. 4:27 to go. Wires at the elbow, and he has his pass intercepted, taken away by Lamley. Cowboys quickly ahead. They skip it across to Dustin Gord. He drives to the free throw line, kicks it out for Adamson, loses the handle, gets it back. Guarded by Drew Letcher. Dustin Gord inside. Shot won't go, deflected by a Hawk. That one's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be off a Badge. And it'll stay with the Cowboys with 4:05 left to go second quarter. 18-9. And we got a timeout on the floor as Coach Badge wants to rally the troops here. 4:05 left to go second quarter. Cody Kilgore 18 and Hay Springs 9. Again, if you missed the girls' action earlier this afternoon. Hay Springs started the season off on a winning note as they knocked off the Cowgirls of Cody Kilgore by a final score of 42-23. So a nice way to start the season for the Hay Springs Hawk girls. Hope they can continue that as they'll host the Arthur County Wolves tomorrow. JV action starts at noon from Hay Springs. Tune in for all of the action here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. We'll bring you probably a little bit of JV bonus coverage, but certainly be there for the start of the girls varsity action. And again, JV action starts at noon, probably be around 1:30, give or take a little bit, ballpark figure, as we get the varsity action underway. So we're ready to get going here again. 4:05 left to go before halftime. 18-9, it's a 9-point lead by Cody Kilgore. Dustin Gord inbounds it to JT Adamson. Dustin Gord, three-pointer on the way, top of the key. That one won't go, and the rebound corralled by Garrett Wires. Under 4 minutes to go now. They work it ahead over the top to Drew Letcher, as Wes Tlustis gives up an awful lot of size. Far and away the smallest guy on the court right now, and ill-advised time to put it on the floor for Seth Novak. He loses the handle. Dawson Gord lays it up and in on the other end. That's 5 for him this afternoon. 3:30 to go, and it's 20-9. Wires ahead to Tlustis, puts the ball on the floor, drives baseline. Now he's hung up. Out of bounds off of Adamson, should stay with the Hawks, and it does. Tlustis got himself down in the corner and in a tough spot there. He'll come out as Austin Reed comes back in after getting a little bit of a breather. 3:20 to go. Pull-up jumper partially blocked. Drew Letcher, that one up high off the glass and back in by Seth Novak. Gives him 8 on the night, 20-11, as we approach 3 minutes left to go before the half. Still in a 2-3 zone for Hay Springs. Dawson Gord dribbles around, gets it to Dustin Gord, puts the ball on the floor, drives baseline, lays it up, and can't get it to fall. Rebound, Seth Novak. Drew Letcher brings it up the sideline, loses the handle, and has it taken away by JT Adamson. Dustin Gord quickly up the floor. Left wing drives into the paint, and they're going to call a blocking foul. Could have gone either way that time, but Gord draws the foul on the floor. That's 4 team fouls on the Hawks, and that is the second foul on Seth Novak. So 2 fouls on Novak. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Dawson Gord, skip pass to Dustin Gord. Three-pointer on the way, misses everything. Tipped out of bounds. I'm going to say Hay Springs basketball. Very close call that time as both players were battling for it. They're going to give it back to Hay Springs with 2:26 left to go. 20-11. Full court pressure again by Cody Kilgore. Set the press. They get it ahead to Seth Novak. Novak throws it to Austin Reed, comes out of nowhere, and he saves it back in for McKeon Jenkins. He gets it ahead to Dustin Gord. Pulls up from three-pointer range and knocks that one down. So Dustin Gord coming off the bench. He's got 10 points here in the first half, and that's another Hay Springs turnover as Hay Springs having a hard time dealing with this full court pressure that's now being applied by Cody Kilgore. 1:57 left to go, 23-11 is the score. Hawks on the short end of this one by 12. Dawson Gord dribbles right side, works against the zone. Now back to his left, picks up his dribble. Decides to shoot it from the elbow. That one's off, no good. And we got a held ball, and it'll be Hay Springs basketball on the alternating possession. 1:41 left to go. And don't forget that Hay Springs is operating without 2 players, so they're a little bit thin. Another takeaway by Cody Kilgore. Up inside, Dustin Gord with the offensive rebound. And we're going to get, I am afraid, the 3rd foul on Seth Novak, and we do. That's trouble for him as that's 3 fouls. 1:33 left to go in the first half. So Dustin Gord at the line. He'll be shooting 2. First one on the way is good. That gives him 11 as Seth Novak has to take a seat. Replaced by Austin Reed. Second free throw in and out. And Reed saves it back into West Telestas. Gets it ahead to Letcher, and they throw it away again. Another turnover. Three-pointer on the way from Adamson. And there, West Telestas on the receiving end of a hip check that time by Dustin Gord. And definitely a foul that time. That'll be the first on Dustin Gord. And that should put the Hawks into the bonus, and it does. 7th team foul on Cody Kilgore with 1:18 left to go, and so West Telestas at the line. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. 24-11. It's a 13-point deficit for the Hawks. Telestas' first shot banks that one home for his first points of his young Haysprings Hawk basketball career. He'll have another one here. That one up and just rolls off the rim and rebounded by Lamley. 1:10 to go before the half. Adamson works it inside to Lamley, puts it on the floor, pull-up jumper in the paint. That won't go, and pulled down by Telestas again. So for a little guy, he's got 3 rebounds already. He works hard. Good job by West Telestas. Now they've got Badge trapped. Gets out of there and gets it to Garrett Wires. Back to Badge on the wing. Across to Telestas for 3. Bank won't go. Offensive rebound by Badge. His putback won't go. And here comes Dawson Gord, 2-on-1 against Telestas. Good defense that time by Telestas. He's getting it done out there, working hard. Good job by that young man. Under 30 seconds to go now as Letcher has his pocket picked and out of bounds. No, not out of bounds. They're going to say Dawson Gord got it back in. Pull-up jumper by Dustin Gord misses everything. 19.8 seconds left to go in the half, and Haysprings with the basketball. They trail by 12, 24-12. So Letcher working against the full court pressure. Haysprings has really struggled with this. They try to go over the top, and Lambley tips it away, and another turnover by the Hawks. Under 10 seconds to go. Dawson Gord drives in, lays it up, won't go. West Telestas, 5 seconds. Gonna take it all the way in, and he's gonna be fouled with 0.3 of a second left. West Telestas forces the issue, drives it all the way in, draws the foul, and he'll have 2 shots coming. Good job, West Telestas. Young man working hard. First free throw, flips it up there and falls in. 2 points on the night for West. One more shot coming. 0.3 of a second is all that's left on the clock. Second free throw just creeps over the front part of the rim. That'll be the end of the first half, and it's a 10-point lead for the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. They lead it 24-14. So let's take a look at scoring here. So for the Hawks, Seth Novak leads the way with 8 points. West Telestas with 3. Drew Letcher has 2. And Eli Badge has 1. And for the Hawks, trouble for Seth Novak in the foul department as he's got 3. And Austin Reed with 1. I may have forgot to mark somebody down. I think they had 5 team fouls for the Hawks as we went to the half. We'll have to check that out. For the Cody Kilgore Cowboys, Dustin Gord leads the way. He's got 3, 6, 10, 11 points for Dustin Gord in the first half. 3 for Jared Schmidt, 5 for Dawson Gord, 3 for JT Adamson, and 2 for McKeon Jenkins. And fouls for the Cowboys, 2 for Dawson Gord, 2 for Casey Lamley, 1 for JT Adamson, 1 for Jared Schmidt. So those are your unofficial halftime totals. We'll step aside and be back with more basketball action as we are just under 9 minutes left in the halftime break. Cody Kilgore leads Haysprings 24-14. Thanks very much for joining us for SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Haysprings basketball 2014. Just about 3 minutes left to go in the halftime break as Cody Kilgore leads the Hay Springs Hawks by 10 at the break, 24-14. 3 minutes left to go before the start of the second half. Just time to run to the refrigerator and stock up on drinks and snacks. Hurry back to the computer screen and get ready for some second half basketball action. Glad to have you along with us here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net coverage of Hay Springs basketball 2014. Want to thank our sponsors once again and let you know that there certainly is room for more sponsors for these good Hay Springs basketball games, and trying to bring you as many road games as we can. And that doesn't happen for nothing, and we're certainly glad to have these sponsors along. And if you'd like to be part of that sponsorship, let us know, business or not. We certainly have room for aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents, whoever you are. If you like these broadcasts and want to see them keep coming, let us know. We'll find a sponsorship package that fits your needs. Sponsors for this evening's action: Pioneer Manor of Hay Springs is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish the most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That's the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. And the Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank, proudly supporting the Hawks. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. And don't forget, the Hay Springs Santa Soup Cook-Off is next Friday, December 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. Don't miss it. It is a great event. That's followed by the annual Night, the Lights, and Music concert at 7:30. So go and have some great, outstanding soup. Vote for your favorite. That's the best part. And then take in the concert afterwards. That all starts at 5 o'clock at Hay Springs, and I assume that's at the Lister Sage Center. A great event. Make sure you take it in. Also, the Gordon Chamber of Commerce Parade of Lights is this Saturday night, December 6th at 6:30 p.m. on Main Street in Gordon. Come early. Several of the businesses are hosting open houses. And then following the parade, the Kiwanis Club is holding a steak feed at the Gordon American Legion. So check it out. Parade of Lights, open house, and steak feed all in Gordon. That starts tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. for the parade, and ahead of that for the open house. Just about ready to get the second half underway. Make sure we've got the scoreboard updated. There we go. Third quarter, 8 minutes on the clock, ready to go with second half action. Hay Springs down by 10. They've got some work to do here in the second half. And so Seth Novak will start the second half. He's got 3 fouls. Going to have to be extremely careful. He's been a workhorse inside all night for the Hawks, and they really can't afford to have to operate without him. They still start out in that 2-3 zone. Novak very careful as Lamley works over the top of him and gets an easy 2-pointer. Makes it 26-14, and as one might guess, more full court pressure by the Cowboys. Hay Springs had a hard time with it as that one's tipped out of bounds by Lamley. Hard time defeating that pressure in the first half. And so Cody Kilgore certainly trying to exploit this, or exploit that, as they start the second half. Reed on the wing. Garrett Wires off balance, gathers it up, but saves it in and picked up by Dawson Gord. Comes the other way. Hawks don't stop him all the way to the hoop. Rebound by Lamley. Now it's picked up by Badge. Battle there, and the Hay Springs Hawks come out on top. 7:10 left to go in the third quarter, 26-14. Up top for Badge. Reed on the right wing. Tries to go inside for Letcher, thrown away, and it's a turnover for the Hawks. Cody Kilgore basketball, 7 minutes on the dot left to go in the third quarter. Dustin Gord will bring it up the floor for the Cowboys. They'll work it right wing for Adamson. Goes down inside to Lambley, poked away by Novak, and that's his 4th foul. Couldn't help himself, reached in, tried to poke it away, and they're going to get him for the foul. That's 4 on Novak, and that's tough. Tough for the Hawks here, as he's going to have to come out of the game, and they'll trade him for Wes Telustis. Hard-working young man in the first half. See what the Hawks can do. Garrett Wires takes it away on the inbounds pass. Haysprings back in business. 6:41 to go. They trail by 12. They try to feed it down low for Austin Reed. That's cut off by McKeon Jenkins. And back the other way comes Dustin Gord. 6:30 to go, 3rd quarter. Jenkins, long 3-pointer. Nothing but the bottom of the net that time for Jenkins. The big man steps outside and knocks it down. We got a foul on the floor. And they're going to call that on Dawson Gord. That'll be his 3rd. Letcher to Badge. Back to Letcher, trying to defeat the press. Letcher's going to dribble now. Brings it up the floor, gets it to Austin Reed. There was some contact. He saw Wes Telustis streaking towards the basket. Couldn't make the connection. It's out of bounds off of Telustis. And it's Cody Kilgore basketball as we wind down towards 6 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. Dawson Gord. Hard screen set that time on Telustis by Lambley. No foul called. Dustin Gord from the corner for 3, and it's good. So Dustin Gord, that's the 3rd 3-pointer of the night for him. As Austin Reed tiptoes down the sideline, gets it back out to Letcher. He lets 3-point land. Won't go. Rebounded by Garrett Wires. Put back up by Letcher. Knocked away and pulled down by Dawson Gord. He'll lay it up and in at the other end for 2 more points. And that's 7 on the night for Dawson Gord. And now they've got Reed trapped, and heads up play by Reed that time as he throws it out of bounds off of Jenkins and saves the day for the Hawks. 34-14. Quickly, that 10-point lead at the half has expanded to 20 now for the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. Garrett Wires kicks it up top for Austin Reed. Ball fake. Kicks it outside for Letcher. Letcher drives baseline. Inside for Badge. Altered his shot. Wires with the putback. And 2 for Garrett Wires. Those are his 2 points of the season. Under 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter now, 34-16. Dustin Jenkins, left wing. Adamson inside for Dustin Gord. Knocked away, but picked up by Dustin Gord. Puts it up and in, and Dustin Gord certainly knows what to do with the basketball. A long, tall player and very athletic. Does a good job. Nate Letcher with the travel, or not Nate, Drew Letcher with the travel that time. And it's back to a 20-point lead at 36-16. Cady in and Adamson out. Lambley also out. Let's see who else is in the game. Ty Stoner now in the game for the Cowboys. 4:30 left to go, 3rd quarter. Inside for Dawson Gord. Loses the handle, gets it back. No look pass for Cady. He wasn't ready. Threw his hands and out of bounds. Haysprings basketball. Novak in and Telustis back out. See if they can get some minutes out of Novak here as that lead has ballooned quickly to 20 points with Novak out and really having to be careful after he picked up his 4th foul. Letcher across the timeline, bad spot to stop, but he gets it to Novak. And now they'll try and set it up. And tries to get it to Letcher. And now Letcher's going to draw a frustration foul as he's going to foul Dawson Gord after the turnover there. And that'll be the first foul on Letcher. Jason Badge calls a timeout, trying to rally the troops here. They're down by 20 halfway through the 3rd quarter. It is with 4:11 left to go, 36-16. This game getting away from the Hawks in a hurry in the early stages of the 3rd quarter here. Down by 10 at the half, but that's quickly grown. They've been outscored. Well, I could do the math on it if I was really good. 12 to 12 to 2, excuse me. Yeah, 12 to 2 makes sense. That gets it to a 20-point lead. 36 to 16. But most importantly, Seth Novak with 4 fouls. And he's been a force inside for the Hawks. In fact, all over the court, but done a good job rebounding. And a big part of this Haysprings team. Going to have to be extremely careful with 4 fouls. Back underway. Hawks have been in this 2-3 zone the whole time. Dustin Gord up top to Stoner. Right side for Dawson Gord. 3-pointer won't go, and they're going to get Garrett Wires on the box out. And that'll be Garrett's first foul of the evening. They're going to say Garrett was a little overzealous with the box out that time. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. Nice look inside for Jenkins on the inbounds pass. He won't miss many of those from point blank range. That's 5 in the second half for Jenkins. It's 38 to 16. Austin Reed, right wing, works it down inside for Wires. Kicks it out for Reed. 4-3 on the way. Off the board, no good. Gathered up by Badge. Letcher on the wing. Thought about it. Badge from the corner. Misses everything, but rebounded by Garrett Wires. Wires kicks it out to Reed. Now back down low for Wires. Wasn't ready, off his hands and out of bounds. 3:27 left to go, 38-16. So the Hawks can't afford to give away possessions. Down by 22 now. Dawson Gord from the free throw line. Little runner won't go. Rebounded by Novak. And Letcher has his pocket picked, but he gets it back. Gets it ahead to Novak. Now he tries to get it ahead to Reed. That's taken away by Stoner. And Dustin Gord brings it up. 3:05 to go, third quarter. Left side for Dawson Gord. 3-pointer on the way. It is good. That's 10 points on the night for Dawson Gord. Assume they're brothers, and between the two of them, they put an awful lot of points. Made a lot of crooked numbers for the Cowboys this afternoon. Reed goes down low for Wires. Wires guarded closely by Jenkins. Out up top, nearly stolen away by Stoner, but Badge gets it back. Wires tries to go inside, tipped away by Jenkins. Now he goes up top for Badge. 3-pointer on the way. Good! Eli Badge knocks down the 3. 4 on the night for Badge, 41-19. Dustin Gord, left wing, 3-pointer, long rebound gathered up by Jenkins. Finds Gord streaking to the basket, tipped around and taken down by Letcher. Drew Letcher brings it up the floor, feeds it to Austin Reed, not ready for it, off him, out of bounds. Haysprings turnover. So Lamley and Schmidt now into the game as Jenkins and Dawson Gord will leave for the Cowboys. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. 41-19. $22-point deficit for the Hawks. Again, the Hawks down by 2 significant players here for this first week of the season. Hopefully they'll be able to get them back as they move forward. That wild shot won't go. Cady tries to go up. He's going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Austin Reed for, yeah, they did, and that is his second foul. 4 team fouls now in the second half for the Hawks, just 1 for Cody Kilgore. 1:35 left to go, third quarter. 41-19. They get it into Dustin Gord, drives the baseline, dishes it inside, off the hands of Lamley, and now taken back away and stolen back now by the Hawks. Letcher brings it up with 1:22 left to go, third quarter. Pull up, tries to feed it inside through the legs of Novak, taken by Dustin Gord and back the other way. Gord drives into the paint, puts it on the floor, goes up. They're going to say foul on the floor. They're going to get a hold. They're going to call that on Austin Reed, and so he's picked up 2 quick fouls here. That's his third. Tlustis is going to come in. He's going to take the place of Reed. 1:07 left to go. And out of bounds under the basket for the Cowboys. They get it into Stoner. 3-point shot on the way. High arching shot off the back iron, no good. But rebound, kicks it back out for Dustin Gord, and he won't miss that one. That's 3 more for him. 44-19. We're under a minute left in the third quarter. Letcher gets it to Badge. Feeds it to free throw line to Wires. Back out for Letcher. Oh, and picked off by Dustin Gord. Nice defensive play that time. And they're going to get Drew Letcher for the blocking foul. And they'll give 2 shots to Dustin Gord. That is the second on Letcher. And Dustin Gord will shoot 2. 44-19. 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Free throw, no good. Gord with 8 points here in the second half. And that one is good, makes it 9. 45-19. Letcher brings it up the floor. Go to the free throw line to Wires, kicks it out for Badge. And battling for the rebound and bringing it down is Lamley. Under 25 seconds left in the quarter. Adamson right wing, and a timeout with 17.8 seconds left in the quarter taken by the Cowboys. 45-19 is the score late here in the third quarter. So ready to get things back in action and assume that Cody Kilgore is practicing for situations later on in the season where they may need to convert on an out-of-bounds play. They're going to draw something up here with 17.8 seconds left in the third quarter. And we'll see what they come out with. JT Adamson will inbound it to Stoner. He sets it up, dribbles to the left side, pulls up for 3. High arching shot won't go, and rebounded, and a tie-up called between Novak and Lamley. Haysprings with the possession arrow, and so they'll have the ball with 10.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Letcher brings it up the floor. Kick it out for Tlustis. On the way for 3, it won't go. Badge at the buzzer. That one's no good, and the third quarter ends 45-19. So 1 more quarter left to go from Cody, Nebraska. Haysprings on the short end here, 45-19. 6 team fouls now in the second half for the Hawks. The next one will put the Cowboys into the 1-on-1 bonus. Only 1 foul in the second half for Cody Kilgore. In the second half, the only scoring for the Hawks has been a 3-pointer from Eli Badge and a basket, 2-point basket by Garrett Wires. In the second half for the Cowboys, McKeon Jenkins with 5, Dawson Gord with 5, Casey Lamley with 2. Dustin Gord has 9 points in the second half, and that will be all of the scoring here in the second half. So 8 minutes on the clock, 1 quarter left to go. Cody Kilgore will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. And ready to get things underway. So Dawson Gord sets it up for the Cowboys. Hawks still in the 2-3 zone, and now they got Stoner trapped, but he dribbles out of it. Austin Reed with some good defensive pressure, and now we're going to get an offensive foul on Eli Badge as he was trying to protect the ball, and they're going to say he gave an elbow to Schmidt, which he did. They objected to him swinging around there. He was being guarded very closely, trying to keep from getting that ball stolen. An unfortunate foul on Eli Badge. And that will put the Cowboys into the 1-and-1 bonus. So that'll put Schmidt at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Well, one thing's for certain, he'll think twice about getting in quite that close the next time. 45-19, first free throw up and no good. Garrett Wires with the rebound, gets it to Drew Letcher, and the Hawks will set it up on offense. They trail 45-19. Letcher skip pass, nearly tipped away by Novak, trying to get it to Badge. Hawks come away with it. Austin Reed out high. Reed dribbles to the wing. Now he's hung up. That one's tipped and saved back in by Dawson Gord. Stoner's there to pick it up. Stolen away and now stolen back. And nifty pass that time by Letcher as we're going. Oh, this is quite the action here. Two different times. The ball gets stolen, and now Reed steals it away from Stoner, but they'll maintain control. So entertaining basketball action here, even if we're not accomplishing much. Saved back in by both sides as Schmidt puts up a shot that won't go. And Letcher brings it up the floor. 6:30 to go. Badge behind the back dribble, loses the handle, gets it down low to Garrett Wires. Shot up, oh, won't go, but he's fouled. He'll have two shots. So these kids working hard and having fun. That's the second foul on Jared Schmidt. Second team foul against the Cowboys. Garrett's first free throw is up and no good. Now Schmidt comes out, and let's see who that is coming in for the first time. That's Brody Davis. So Wires has one more. Up and rattles that one home. That's 3 points for Garrett, all three of them in the second half. Makes it 46-19. Dawson Gord works against the zone defense, taken away by Seth Novak. And here comes Letcher. Letcher drives all the way in, puts it up, blocked by Schmidt, and out of bounds. Good job by Schmidt that time not to make contact with the body. Slapped it out of bounds. Haysprings will have it under the basket. 6:06 left to go, 45-20. Quick shot by Letcher. That one won't go, and tipped out of bounds off of Cody Kilgore. As Seth Novak has done a great job. He's had a good long run playing with 4 fouls here without picking up that fifth. They'll kick it out to Letcher, and Haysprings will set it up. Austin Reed puts the ball on the floor, steps back, puts that one up. That one won't go. Pulled down by Schmidt. He brings it up the floor, loses the handle, tipped out of bounds. That should be Haysprings' ball, and it is. So fast-paced action back and forth here. 5:46 left to go in the fourth quarter, 45-20. It's a 25-point Cody Kilgore lead as Drew works up inside. He's going to draw the foul. That'll be Brody Davis, I'm pretty sure. And that'll send Novak to the line as Davis picks up his first. And Novak will shoot a pair. After 8 points in the first half for Novak, he hasn't scored yet here in the second. Free throw is off, no good. And he'll have one more. Novak's second free throw up. That one's off, no good. Rebound pulled down by Davis. Dawson Gord sets it up. No look pass intended for Davis that time and sails out of bounds. It'll be Hay Springs basketball as Cody Kilgore they're going to say it went off a Hay Springs player. It's Cody Kilgore basketball. Taken away by Badge. He hits the floor, and they're going to say he traveled with it. Tipped it on the inbounds pass, went to the floor to gather it up, and traveled. So it goes back to the Cowboys. Dawson Gord throws it nearly a backcourt violation that time. Now Gord on the right wing, puts it up for three. That one's in and out, no good. Pulled down by Schmidt. Dawson Gord likes that little scoop underhanded pass. That one's off of a Hay Springs Hawk and out of bounds. 5:05 to go, 45-20. Cody Kilgore getting some young players, some varsity experience here. With the comfortable 25-point lead, giving these kids a chance to try it out as Davis banks that one home. His first points gives him 2 on the night as we're under 5 minutes to go. It's 47-20. Wires kicks it back out. They swing it around. Badge for 3. That one won't go. Out of bounds off of Cady. It'll be Hay Springs basketball. 4:47 left in the fourth quarter. Letcher dribbles, kicks it out for Wires. Back to Letcher, inside for Novak, puts it on the floor, goes up, and no foul called, but out of bounds off of Cody Kilgore. Tough physical play inside. It's been a long, hard night for Seth Novak inside, but he's done a great job in there. A lot of contact that time as he went up for that shot. That one's tipped, and again, lots of contact, no call. And Cody Kilgore comes away with it as we're under 4.5 left in the game. Stoner to Dawson Gord. Drives into the paint. Lays that one up and misses the easy shot that time. And Austin Reed comes down with it, and they're going to get a reach-in foul on one of the Cowboys. Good job by Austin Reed. Austin Reed, another one of those players that only knows how to go one speed. That's 100% all the time. I couldn't see. They're going to give that foul to Davis as well. That's his second. So now Cady and Dawson Gord out of the game. And we'll see who all we've got in here now. Try and get some names for these Cowboys coming into the game. Adamson back in is one of those. Lamley also into the game. Tipped around, taken away by Schmidt. Stolen by Letcher. He lays that one up and in. Good job by Drew Letcher. The nice, easy layup for 2 more. Makes it 47-20. 3:45 left in the fourth. Stoner goes inside for Lamley. Working against Wires. Banks it off the glass and in. 4 on the night for Lamley. All 4 of those in the second half. 3:30 left to go in the game. Austin Reed takes it baseline. Pull-up jumper off the rim and rebounded by Stoner for the Cowboys. He'll bring it up the floor. And now Hay Springs gone to a man-to-man defense here. 3-pointer on the way, and the rebound by Austin Reed. The Hawks trying to switch things up. 3:05 left to go, fourth quarter. Pull-up jumper for 3. That one won't go by Badge. Tipped, saved in by Wires. Wires narrowly avoided running over top of Stoner there. Knocked away, but picked up by Lamley, and Adamson will set it up with 2:45 to go in the game. 49-22 is the score. Austin Reed guards Adamson. Man-to-man defense. Hawks had been playing in a zone the whole way until just a couple minutes ago. And we're going to have a timeout called on the floor by Cody Kilgore as Cowboys having trouble dealing with that man-to-man defense. 2:30 left to go, fourth quarter, 49-22. Again, say thanks to today's sponsors. Those sponsors, Pioneer Manor of Hay Springs and the Security First Bank, also of Hay Springs. Great sponsors bringing you basketball action, and certainly glad to bring that to you here from Cody, Nebraska. We'll be back in Hay Springs tomorrow afternoon. JV action starts at noon. We'll pick up our coverage sometime around 1 or 1:30, as we'll get you a little bit of bonus JV action and then all of the varsity action, as the Hay Springs Hawks will be hosting the Arthur County Wolves tomorrow afternoon. Tune in somewhere around 1 o'clock. We'll be glad to bring you Hay Springs basketball action, as the girls will try to go to 2-0 on the season after their win here today. And the boys probably going to be looking for their first win, as they're on the short end of this one, 49-22. Dustin Gord in, three-pointer, that's off, no good, and rebounded by Letcher. They get it ahead to Badge. 2:04 left to go. Badge behind his back, gets it to Letcher. Drives in, feeds Novak inside, and they're going to get Novak for the travel. Being harassed down inside of there and took one too many steps. 1:57 left to go in the game, 49-22. Dustin Gord brings it up, drives into the lane. He's going to be tripped by Wes Celestis. Certainly wasn't trying to trip him, but that was the end result, as that'll put Dustin Gord at the line. And that is Wes's first foul, 8th team foul on the Hawks. So Dustin Gord's first free throw off the mark and no good. They try to go to Lamley. He saves it back in. And Badge can't handle it. It's out of bounds off the Hawks. And now McKeon Jenkins in, and along with Tice Stoner back into the game. Stoner to trigger the inbounds play, gets it into Adamson. Guarded by Telestis. Swing it around to Stoner. Head fake, puts it on the floor, picks it up, goes inside for Jenkins. Has it slapped away, got it back. Rebounded by Wires. 1:25 left to go in the game. Letcher goes inside for Wires. Wires with a wild shot, ends up in the hands of Novak, and he'll get his first points of the second half. 1:13 left in the game, 49-24. Davis, wicked hard pass inside for Jenkins, and they're going to get Kelton Jenkins on the foul, I believe, as he went over the back of Seth Novak. And they do, that is his first foul. 5 team fouls now on the Cowboys. 1 minute left in the game, 49-24 is the Cowboy advantage, and Letcher traveled. Trying to split the defenders, had the ball knocked away, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Hawks with 57.8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And looks like we're going to get some fresh Hay Springs Hawks faces into the game for this last minute of varsity action. And so the Hay Springs players worked hard. They've got some work to do, and hoping to get some reinforcements as the season goes along, get a couple of players back. That they're certainly missing an awful lot this evening. Coming out on the short end of this one this evening, 49-24. It's a 25-point lead by the Cody Kilgore Cowboys, but certainly some good things to take away for these Hay Springs players this evening. Got some good, solid minutes by every one of these Hay Springs Hawks. And the season's still young. They got a long ways to go, but certainly some bright things to build on as they move forward. Adamson in the corner for Jenkins. That's younger Jenkins. Back to Stoner. Across to Davis. Davis up high. Swings it around to Adamson on the wing. And Kelton Jenkins for 3 knocks that one down. First points of the day for Kelton Jenkins. Makes it 52-24 as that's kicked out of bounds by Adamson. Hay-Springs will maintain possession. As into the game, now we've got Thomas Sherbarth for the Hawks, along with Tony Toof. Let's see who we've got the foul on this time. And we've got one other in there. Got to find Caleb Marks, the other Hay-Springs Hawk, into the game. They're going to give that foul to Brody Davis. That's his 3rd. West Telesta's 3 won't go. Tipped around, Toof battling for it. Telesta's off his foot and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cowboys. And you certainly have to admire these Hay-Springs Hawks. They haven't had to want for any amount of hustle tonight. They've worked really hard. JT Adamson takes the inbounds pass to Stoner. Under 15 seconds to go. Kelton Jenkins this time loses the handle, picked up by West Telestas, brings it down the right side, tries to get it ahead to Toof. That's tipped out of bounds by, I think it was JT Adamson that got a hand on it. 2.4 seconds left in the game. Hay-Springs with one last shot at it here, as Caleb Marks will inbound it for the Hawks. He gets it into Novak, can't do anything with it. Long 3-pointer at the buzzer and almost made the off-balance shot. Final score 52-24. Good win for the Cody Kilgore Cowboys here to open their season at 1-0. We'll step aside, do a little bit of math, and we'll come back with some unofficial final statistics in just a minute. Thanks very much for joining us on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hawk Basketball 2014. So unofficial scoring totals, let's run down through these. For the Hay-Springs Hawks, Seth Novak led the way with 10 points, but limited to just 2 points in the second half because of that foul trouble. Drew Letcher, Eli Badge also had 4, Garrett Wires with 3, and Wes Telestas also with 3. For the Cody Kilgore Cowboys, Dustin Gord led the way off the bench with 20 points, Dawson Gord with 10, McKeon Jenkins had 7, Casey Lamley with 4, then JT Adamson with 3, Jarrett Schmidt with 3, Kelton Jenkins with 3, and Brody Davis with 2. So final score 52-24 as the Hay-Springs Hawks fall to the Cody Kilgore Cowboys here this evening. And in action earlier this afternoon, the Hay-Springs girls knocked off the Cowgirls of Cody Kilgore by a final score of 42-23. Thanks very much for joining us for SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hay-Springs Hawk Basketball 2014. We'll look forward to seeing you all tomorrow afternoon around 1 o'clock when the Hay-Springs Hawks get ready to take on the Arthur County Wolves from Hay-Springs. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Until then, this is Clint Anderson saying thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.